update, delete.
Okay.
Create,
Create,
read,
read.
update,
Yeah.
delete.
Create, read, and update, delete.
Right. Created, update, CRUD operations, right? So these are the basic operations that most of the things, you will say, I'll just say that any web dev or anything that you're making, that will always involve these four operations: create, read, update, and delete, right? So these basic four operations will be trying to get this. Okay, yeah, for the recording part also, just one second, I'll just, and also guys, you can just please try to mark your attendance also. Okay, for all those people who joined in, please join the attendance part also. I'll just share that. Just a second. Okay. Okay, before we really start, just let's get a quick introduction of can you guys tell me what is the use, or what do you think, whatever the uses you know of MERN? MERN stack stands for MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. Right? That's a full form of the MERN stack. So these four are technologies, or I will say these four are different languages in which are doing different operations. Can you, how many of you guys know what all things you know? Please use the chat section and let me know what is Mongo's used for, what is Express used for, what is React used for, and what is Node used for. इनका क्या use है individually? What are they actually used for at an individual level? Yes, just sending you the attendance link. Just sending you the attendance link. So we'll try to keep two attendances, and first attendance is towards one attendance is at the first, and second attendance is towards the end. Okay. I mean, but yeah, or maybe you can skip that also, but let's see what is the process. Express is used to create APIs. Okay, I just um, MongoDB is used for database, right? So this is almost everybody is clear. MongoDB is actually used for database, correct? Okay, I'll just use the whiteboard. So this is a project, right? I'll just show you, and we can create the post. I've added a function create post. Maybe the creator is Tushar and title is maybe. So this I was trying to add the good places I want to visit. Okay, so this is just I was trying to add those places. Maybe let's add any good place that is there in your wish list. Maybe Australia. Um,
Yeah, Israel.
Israel. Are you sure?
Yeah,
So
That's a
London.
really London.
Israel is.
चलो Israel कर लेते हैं. I don't know any good place in Israel, so maybe Israel places. Um, sounds good. They're looking good. I'll just copy the image. I'll just download this. This is Israel. This is now sounding a nice place. Most beautiful places to visit in Israel. Okay, so this simple things. I'll just try to get some context of Israel also. And yeah. Okay. So how you'll be simply adding them? That's like a simple add function. Okay, title is Israel, and the message is whatever the message you want to say. Hashtag dream trip, and dream trip and hashtag maybe hashtag travel, whatever things you do, right? Choose a post, downloads. It's in Israel. Israel.jpg, open, then submit. Right. So you could see that we have got the Israel part also. Yes, here this is Israel. Spelling is wrong. In case I want to edit it, I'll edit it. It's Israel. I'm sure. R-S-R-A-E-L. R-A-E-L. Right. Sorry. R-A-E-L. That's Israel. Israel. All right. So just submit it, and this will get updated. Right. So we have kind of implemented. We can like it, implement the likes part. You can delete this post, and that is something that you can do. All right. So this is the plan. This is the final thing that we'll be making, and yeah. Scrolling, can you anonymous answer? The chat part, guys. So see, there is a lot of things that we can implement. So actually, there are a lot of things in the Instagram. We have to take care of the login part also, the chat part also, and the post messages. But all these things are proper projects in itself. Okay, the complete Instagram was not very practically possible, because if I'll try to cover you all the things, but then you will not be able to get the basics part, right? So we'll try to cover the basic things. The most important things is adding the post sections, okay, and then you will get an idea, and then maybe then you can somehow become proficient to build rest things on your own, right? My mic is off, guys. Is there an issue in the recording part, or maybe um, I'm in the I'm in the audio and video is clear, right? Everything is fine, right?
Hello, hello.
Yes.
Sir, will you cover the comment part also, sir? Because this is very, very important. That comment, when I comment in any post, so it should.
Currently, I think I'll tell you how to do a comments part. The comments and posts are almost very similar. So maybe we'll discuss the comments part and then add some.
Yeah, but you should. Will you definitely cover that thing or not, sir?
The logic of doing the commenting and the posting part is same. So I'll try to tell you at the end part. Yes.
Okay, please cover that thing also.
We'll discuss, guys. Try to understand. We'll try to discuss. So by the end of these things, you will try to get an idea of a lot of things. Okay. The attendance part. Okay. Forget. I forgot. Okay. Um. Wait a second. I think this is getting echoed. Just a second. I'll just. One second. Oh, all right. Yeah, I think now that's fine, because I've joined from two places because I wanted to see the chat section also. And yeah. All right. Please. All right. All right. All right. Yes, the form has been circulated. Please, guys, try to fill this form. For the attendance part and the certificates, everything. Okay. All right. Let's start with this. So this is the final thing that will be making the project, the posts part generally, and just try to understand this. Okay. So we have discussed what do we really mean by all of this. Let's just quickly try to go through this once more. The link has been shared by this Cuvette team has shared the link. Please try to fill that link, right? So we were discussing about the MERN stack, right? We have
Sir, I have joined through the mobile, sir. How I will get that link, sir?
that's in the chat section. Please, guys, the link is in the chat section. Please try to see the chat section, and that is there. Yeah. Yes. So this is the MERN stack. MERN stack stands for M stands for MongoDB. Okay. M stands for MongoDB. This is the database. This is actually the database where we will try to store everything, right? Where all the information is being stored. Okay. This is a very beginner friendly thing. Okay. This is not for experts. This is something that you are, I think only that requirement is that you might have gone through HTML, CSS at least once. HTML, CSS is fine. HTML, CSS is not very required. Some basics of JavaScript will be good. Okay. Some basics of JavaScript will be good to have, not necessary. Okay. So basically we'll try to see the logic diagram, or how things are working, right? Logics or flow of how to write the code. What's a good way to write a code? So all these things, how we'll be trying to understand what are each of the things doing, how these functions are working. So all these things is what is the plan of this class. I would strongly recommend, guys, please try to attend it live. That is the most benefit. That only then only you will be getting the best benefit out of this. And okay, all right. So M stands for MongoDB. This is the database. E stands for Express. Express is something we'll discuss. R stands for React. Okay. React is basically the front end part. Okay, this is the front end framework, most popular framework. This is being developed and maintained by Facebook. Okay, Facebook take care of this React, and N stands for Node.js, right? N stands for Node.js. So Node.js is actually used to build the servers. Okay, build the servers, and these servers, I'll just try to show you the diagram how this merge stack is working. And Express is also framework. Okay, Express is also a framework, and that what is that framework doing, guys? Is there an audio issue? Guys, audio issue hai?
No, your audio is clear.
No,
All
it's
right, all right.
audible. No problem. It's audible.
Audible. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Okay. Please try to check it on your end. Maybe for anybody's having any issue. Okay. So N stands for Node.js. Just try to understand the structure. Okay. So Express is providing that framework. Okay, which will help us. Okay, it will help us writing the APIs. Now, the next question that you'll ask me, what is an API? We'll discuss that also. So it will help me writing the APIs on the server. Okay, on the server for the server. Okay. Okay. So first of all, we'll see that what do we really mean by this. So this is the backend part. This is where the database is kept, right? This is the database. Okay. This is the database. Okay. Where the information is being stored. Now, this is the front end part. Maybe this is what you are seeing, right? This is what exactly you are seeing. So this is the user, the something that is interacting with the user. That is the front end part. Okay. This front end part is actually made in React. This front end part is made in React. Okay. And all right. So now it is showing mic off because I've joined from two two IDs, because one ID I need to see for the chat section. That's why. Okay. And so this is now we need a backend server. Okay. Now we actually need a backend server which is kind of communicating with this and the database. So the database and the front end have to be communicated with the information, right? So information should flow. There should be a place. Okay, there should be a place for this backend server. Okay, this is the backend server which is helping. So what is the task? Please try to draw this diagram. You will you can keep this for further reference. That is something good idea. And you can draw this diagram. So backend server is which is helping to communicate between. So it is actually helping to communicate between the front end. Okay, between the front end and the DB, right? So between the front end and the DB is what the backend server is trying to communicate. Okay. So now, what is the communication actually, right? So what is the communication? The communication happens in the form of APIs. Okay, communications happens in the form of APIs. This is also API. This is also API, right? Yeah. So now what are the APIs? API hota kya hai? What is an API? The very big question. What is an API?
Application programming interface.
Full form to theek hai. I mean, what is actually what it is?
Yeah, actually, APIs means save and update. Any request will comes to the when if you can REST APIs. For example, we can save and update and delete. We can the APIs now.
Okay. कोई और बच्चा? Anybody else want to say something? Yeah.
It's like a intermediary software which help us to help two applications to communicate with each other. Like in Zomato, we see satellite viewing of map. So there we uses API of Google Map, which facilitate the communication.
Got it.
It's like the internet.
In short, we can say that it is just a way of communication between database and the front end part.
Yeah, okay. Good. All right. So basically, this is an endpoint or maybe a service. Okay, a service is there, or maybe the actual word is URL. Okay, or you can say it endpoint also. Okay, It is an endpoint. What is an API? And I'm sure after this thing, you will not forget this end thing, API. API hota kya hai? This is actually an endpoint or a URL basically. So this thing is called a URL, right? In order to communicate with this, right? In order to communicate with this website, right? In order to communicate with this website, I am using this URL, right? I am using this web.whiteboard. Okay, web.whiteboard, right? So this is the URL. Okay, this is the URL. This is the actually URL, or I will say that this is more or like a general example. This is like an API, okay, which is helping me communicate between what? Okay, yeah, Darshan, please. I think somebody else has also started presenting this.
Sorry, sir.
It's still visible. Can you please unpresent that? What is happening? God knows. Um, all right. We have to. Okay. Please, guys, don't do this. And yeah. Okay. So
Can you show the diagram about?
yes, this is the diagram. I can share that with you guys also, but if you promise me that you will not draw your drawing on this, okay, I can share with you this. Okay, this is the link. You can go through this as at your pace, but please try to don't do drawing on this. Okay, that is not very recommended thing, but yeah, you can try exploring around this. I mean, you can see this at your own pace. And yeah. All right. All right. So this is an endpoint I was talking about. This is actually an endpoint.
Hello.
Yeah,
Your screen is not visible.
that is on your end. Maybe even the screen is visible, but you have not pinged me on that screen part.
Okay, okay.
All right. That is something Google just change the settings, right? Visible, right? All right. So this what is this web.whiteboard? This is actually an API. This is a URL or an API. What is this helping? It is helping me communicate between this front end, whatever the website I am seeing. Okay, whatever the website I am seeing, between the website and the backend part, right? So whatever this backend part this website might be having, so they are trying to help me communicate information that whatever text I write, guys, please don't do this, yeah. Come on, don't be kids, right? So this whatever this website is there, so between the backend and the front end part, right? So what are the website is there between the backend and the front end? I think I'll just try to give you the view access only, but take it. Okay, that's fine. So whatever the backend is there and the front end part, right? We're just trying to communicate between them only, right? And that is being communicated with the help of an API. Or API is what? API is actually a URL. Okay. At a particular URL, we are trying to communicate, right? So we're communicating.
Yeah, your screen is not visible actually. A little bit screen now. So
It's visible, bro. From your side, there will be issue.
Guys, try to do one thing. I think you have not selected my screen. Please try to find my screen and ping it. All right. Yes, no. Try to yeah, try to rejoin maybe, but yeah, I think the issue that you guys are facing is that please try to. I think there are a lot of participants, so all right, rejoin or maybe try something. Right? Anybody still facing an issue? Please let me know. Try to ping my screen on your screen so you so that it does not get changes, right? All right, all right, all right. Cool. All right, so let's go back to this. So yes, so this is what an API is. Okay. So yes. So sorry. right? So this is the communication part. So it is actually performing the communication. Okay. So what is it? It is performing the communication. So these things are actually used for the communication between stuff, right? So I want to communicate the data between my database and my backend server, right? And whatever the code I'm writing on the backend server, okay, whatever the code I'm writing on the backend server, that code part, is being helped with that code part I'm able to with the right of Express. Okay, so Express is actually using me, helping me with the code part. Okay, Express is helping with the code part, and okay. Yeah. So Express is helping me with the writing the code part, or it's providing me an interface, right? Backend server is written with the Node, okay, Node.js. That is what backend server is written for, and database is what is we are doing with the MongoDB. Okay, this is what database is done in the MongoDB, and the front end part is done in the React. So they all together combine, try to form the complete. Okay, they try to form the complete MERN stack. Okay, they're trying to form the complete MERN stack, and they form the MERN stack. Okay, so they are sufficient. This stack is most in demand. Okay, this is most demanded thing, and this is most useful in the current times also, and industry wise also. Okay, industry wise also, I mean, it is very easy to get a jobs, plus freelance projects are also something that you can try. And so industry wise and job wise, maybe because you might have seen that there is some times of recession going on, and all those of things are going on, but this tech stack is most in demand. Okay, यार क्या कर रहे हो? Right, so this is most in demand tech stack, and that's what it is used for. All right. All right, so now let's try to do this. Okay, now we'll be jumping into the project. Okay, so this is the project code I'm having. Let's try to make a new code. Okay, you guys try to understand more. Okay, you try to understand more. Express is used for writing the server part, right? Express is used for, Express is that whatever the code that you're writing on the backend, right? Express is helping that, right? Express is helping us write APIs. So what is Express used for? It is helping us write APIs, helping us write APIs. So this is like a framework. Okay, some pre-built code structures, like you might have understood about that, right? You might have heard about C++. In C++, there's an STL library, right? So what is an STL library? STL library is actually a framework. Okay, STL library is actually a framework that is providing stuff, right? Similarly, Express is actually a framework. Okay, what is Express? Express is a framework that is helping us write the code. Okay, help us write the APIs. Okay, help us write the API. So this is the idea of how the MERN stack looks like. And yeah, yes, we will create a lot of APIs in this project. Okay, okay. So let's start with the project, and I will start with a new file and maybe a new folder maybe. So I'll just start with this documents, new folder, and that is the Insta clone. Okay. So this is the project, a simple folder I've made, just nothing fancy. I just simply made a folder. Okay. And yeah. So in this part, I need to have two things, right? The first thing I need to have is a server code. Okay. Or maybe the backend part, you can say. Okay. First of all, we'll be building the backend part. And this is the backend part. Okay. There are a lot of things I need to get installed. Okay, I'll just jump into the backend folder. So the first thing that we'll be installing is npm install nodemon. Okay. Okay, nodemon. Nodemon, what is nodemon doing? Okay, I've created that for you guys also. I mean, I've created that for you guys, and these things I'll share with you. What are things you need to add? Okay, this is the piece of code I'll share with you that these are the commands that you need to add. So I'll just keep on updating it also. So the first thing that we need to write is npm install nodemon. Okay. So what is nodemon actually doing? Okay. Nodemon is doing, okay, nodemon is doing what? It's basically, what to say? It's basically a library, okay, that automatically, okay, I'll just write it here. So what is nodemon doing? This is also very important. What is nodemon doing? Nodemon is actually trying to, it's a library. It's a library. What is the task of this library? Library's task is that it auto restarts the server. Okay. It is automatically restarts the server whenever we, whenever we try to change the code, right? So basically we don't need to do refresh again and again. This will automatically try to refresh the page, right? So it will automatically restart the server whenever any changes are made, right? So this is a good thing. So refreshing is not required. That we don't need to do the refresh part again and again. Just avoid refresh. Nodemon is a good command. Nodemon is a good library or a tool. Any changes are saved. Okay. You can write these things also, because once you'll be making your projects on your own, so this will be helpful. These things will be handy. Okay. All right. So we have installed and now to start it, npm init. Okay. The package name is backend. Okay. Enter. Version 1.5 description. Entry point is index.js. Fine. Okay. Test command, nothing. Enter. Okay. So by default, whatever the default settings are there, I'm just simply adding them. Okay. So now you could have seen that I have got the by default, the node is initialized some basic server structure. Okay. The node is initialized some basic server structure, that this is the name, this is the version, this is the things, right? And here we need to add a script start. Okay. So what we need to start, npm, sorry, it's not npm, nodemon index.js. Okay. Comma. Okay. That if we click npm start, what is the command? It's npm init. The command is npm init. I will try to share the commands also, but on a Google Doc, okay, you can see it alongside. Okay, so you can try to see it alongside. It's npm install. It is npm install. What to say? Npm install nodemon, right? So these are the commands, right? So I'll share that with you towards the end also. Maybe I think try focusing on more of the learning part as of now. Okay. Currently, you should focus on the learning part. Instaclone. But yeah, you will get the codes and all these things. Okay. Don't worry of the coding and all these things. But still, in case you want that, I'll share with you guys. You can try alongside. Restricted anyone with the link can view, right? Copy link. Yeah. So you can try this. This is the link. Okay. So this is the link. All right. And yeah. So what are we trying to do? We have just initialized the basic structure. Okay. We have just initialized the basic structure. And what is the next thing we have done? We have installed nodemon. What was the use of the nodemon, guys? Nodemon was used to auto restart the server. Okay. Whenever any changes are made. Okay. So whenever you actually save any changes, you try to save any changes, nodemon will auto restart the server. That is the use of the nodemon. That's the benefit of the nodemon, right? It's a library that auto restarts the server. Okay, auto restarts the server. Basically, auto refreshes something. It helps in auto refreshes. Auto refresh karta hai. This is what nodemon is doing. That is the basic idea of nodemon. Okay. So now try to understand the next thing. That is, we need to have the index.js file. Okay. The next file we need to have index.js, and inside this we'll be writing the basic code. Let's start writing the code. So first of all, I need to get some things. I will just install them. Okay, that is Express, Mongoose, Cores, and so one more thing, Express, Mongoose, Cores. I think good for now. Yeah. So let's just install these things as of now. So whenever you require any things, you can simply install them. So I required 3 things: Express, Mongoose. Express is something that is something you know, right? Express is something that is used to connect. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. And so Mongoose is used for connecting the database. Mongoose is actually used for connecting the database part. And, okay, Mongoose is actually used to connect the database. And what else? Corse is used for cross-origin things. Okay, so it is trying to help us connect with the React and things. So this is something that we'll use a little bit later. All right. So let's start writing the first pieces of code. Okay. Please, guys, please help each other in the chat section. Whatever the things that are doing, please try to put the repost the links. And it's not very possible for me to do it every time. Others, please, guys, help each other. Yeah, thank you, Zad. Zad, that's a good name, Zad. ZAID. Nice. Yes, please try to help each other and answer each other's doubts. I know a lot of you guys are good at this. Help each other. That's the best part of the developer community. It is always about helping each other. Okay. So now let's try to understand the very first thing. The very first thing that we need to understand is that whatever we have installed, we'll just simply import that. Import Express from Express. Okay, let's single quotes maybe. Express and import Mongoose. Okay, import Mongoose from Mongoose. And we need to get that body parser also. Okay. Import body parser also. Body parser is also something that we need to require, but we can get it later also. That's fine. Let's get it later only. Okay. So we'll try to. So these 2 things we require now only, and we have installed that cores also will be. So these 3 things I've installed, right? Express, Mongoose, and cores. So I'm importing them in my file. Okay. Import cores from cores. Okay. All right. So now what I'll be doing, I will be making an app out of this. Const app equals to express and this. Right. So what is this thing doing? This thing has kind of made an endpoint. Okay, we'll discuss this later. So basically, this is the syntax, and this syntax is something that we have with the help of Express. Okay, so this is where Express library is helping us making Express library is helping us making endpoints, right? Express library is helping us making endpoints. So basically, these endpoints are also called APIs. Okay, so this is the structure. So I've made it Express, and all right. So we'll app.use will also use cores. App.use, it will use cores. CORS. Cores is something that you will come to know at later stage. But yeah. Okay. First of all, the very important thing is that we need to make a connection with the Mongoose, right? We need to make a connection with the database. That's the first and foremost thing. It is thing. Right? Cores is cross origin something. Okay. It is used to. So what is cores used for? Okay. So what is cores used for? Cores is used for. Yes. So it will be used to, maybe say in simple terms, it will help us communicate. Okay. It will help us communicate between the Sorry for the bad handwriting. It will help us communication between the front end, whatever the front end part is there, and the back end, right? And the back end. So what actually it does, it promotes cross origin. I don't know full form of R and S, but yeah. So front end is there, whatever we have on the browser. Okay. And backend is there, whatever we have on the server part, right? So it helps communication between the front end and the back end. So that's what cores is used for. Cross origin sharing platform. Yeah. Okay. This is not same as API. No, this is not same as API. This is not an API. Okay. This cores is not an API, but yeah, this is kind of a library. This is kind of a library. or a tool basically, that is a tool, or maybe you can say it as a library, that is helping us in the cross originality, right? Node.js package, yes. Okay. We'll see the on the we'll discuss on the end part. Maybe you can get it on special request types. Okay, you can send us a mail and then maybe we can try on the recording part. Okay. All right. And so let's jump to the next thing. First of all, one very important thing, I need to make the Mongoose connection, right? I need to make the database connection. For that, I need this. I'll go to the Mongoose, MongoDB. Okay, this is the website. Very simple process. Okay, you just need to sign in with whatever Gmail ID you are having, and so I'll be signing it with Google. Why it's not loading? Yeah, sign in with Google. All right. Please try to watch the steps carefully. I will try to go through the steps slowly, and please try to, I mean, go along with me, or maybe, yeah. Okay. So in this database, okay, I will make a new project. Okay, this is the new project. You will also have the same option, and course. Okay, all right. I'm not so why it's so slow. Do you recommend coding along with you? Maybe Ganguly, no. I would recommend try to make notes and try to understand things. Okay, what are each of these things doing? And yeah. The code link, okay. This is the code link. All right. Why it's taking so much time? Okay. So meanwhile, this does okay. Meanwhile, this gets loaded. I'm not sure why it's taking a lot of time, but I will try to discuss how we'll be writing the code. And no matter whatever project you're making, you will always write the code in this format only. Okay. No matter whatever the project you're making a big project, you're making a small project, whatever the project you're making, you will always write it in this format only. This is a format of writing the code. Okay. And that format is there, right? Every project, okay, every project follows the MVC architecture. Okay. Every project follows the MVC architecture. This is a way to make the projects. Okay. That is the backend part, right? Every project follows the MVC architecture. And what does the MVC stands for? Okay. MVC stands for model. Okay. Model. View stands for view. Okay. And C stands for the controllers. Okay. How does this work? Okay, this works something like this. That this is the user part. This is the user. This is beautiful, cute little user. This will see the view. Okay, this will actually see the view, and it will control. Okay, so basically try to think of it in this way, that the user is actually trying to, maybe, user is trying to play a video game, right? So this is the video game that he's able to see. Okay, this is the car he's running. Okay, this is the car he's running, and yeah. So based on this thing, he's using the controllers, right? He is actually using the controllers that accelerate, right, or brake. But this is the actual way stuff is happening, right? So what will this controller do? This controller will try to modify the backend, right? So whether if something has to be, the car needs to go forward or car needs to go backward, right? So this is something trying to modify the backend part, right? Model is something trying to modify the backend, and once the backend is done, we will try to update this. Okay. The backend will try to update the view that yes, I pressed a controller, I pressed the forward key, the controller modified the backend, the car's direction, move one step forward, okay. And what is the model doing? The model is somehow trying to update the view also, right? So every code always and always follow every MVC architecture. This is something that you need to understand, that is very important, that no matter what code you write, MVC architecture is something that will always be used, alright? ठीक है, तो हर कोड में हमें MVC आर्किटेक्चर के हिसाब से लिखना होता है, right? So we need to write every code keeping in mind the MVC architecture only, okay? All right. So now what we'll be doing, I'm not sure whether this is okay. So the project name is InstaClone. I am making the backend part, okay? This is the MongoDB website. This will help me give a database. So this is an InstaClone, Mern and Cuvette. All right, next. Add members, create project, nothing. Okay, create project, simple. Okay. So once the project has been created, I need to do two things, right? The first thing I need to do is of the network access, okay? Of the network access for security issues, right? That it can be addressed from anywhere, okay? Because I will be asking it to enter from my local host. So I'll be allowing it allow access from anywhere, because this is just a test database, but actual databases have a lot of privacy. Not any web server can access that database, right? So that is something we'll try to do this, allow access from anywhere, because otherwise we'll have to go with the authentication part also, that I am allowed, I am not allowed. Yeah, okay. The MongoDB setup is not very difficult, just simple create project. I have created that project, InstaClone Mern Cuvette, okay. So once I've done that InstaClone Mern Cuvette, I have gone in the network access, okay. From the add IP address, I have done that already, but that is add from anywhere, okay. Add from anywhere, okay. Do you guys allow access from anywhere? Yes, allow access from anywhere. That it can be allowed access from anywhere, correct? In the next thing, in the database access, what I will be doing, I will be creating a user, okay. In the database access, that is here, I will be creating a user. This is the database access I'm trying to address to. Security section, database access. So what is this trying to do? This is trying to make a user that will communicate with the database. Create a database user. So it will actually trying to communicate with the database. So for that, it is actually created a user. Let's add a new database user. The username is admin, or whatever the username you want to keep. What is the password? Password, you can keep an auto-generated password also, but I will try to keep a password, maybe Cuvette. Okay. So this is the password that I've kept. Copy. And rest, no settings to be changed. Rest add user. Just admin and password. So this admin and password have got the access to manipulate this database. Okay. Now in the database, build a database. Free. Okay. I'll go to the free section. Nothing to be changed. Whatever is there as it is. Okay. Nothing to be changed. Create cluster. Okay. Create cluster. Find a hydrant. Okay. So he's not finding me a valid person. Yeah. Okay. So create a cluster. All right. Username, password, nothing. This is to be done that. Finish and close. Go to databases. Okay. After network access, I have done the database access. Okay. Add user in the database access. And after that, I have gone to database. Nothing to be changed. Whatever is there, continue. Right. So after the network, I'll try to show you once more. Okay. You can do this along with me also. Okay. That would be good. You can do this along with me. That would be great. everybody please log in it and type a yes after you have done that. Everybody please join me in this. Type a yes after you've done that login part in MongoDB. Yes, come on, please be little more interactive. Good, good. Okay, sounds good. Yes, guys, come on, let's be quick. Okay. So after I've entered into this, I will create a new project. Okay, I will create a new project. Simple login. Nikita, I'm trying to do that from again. I'm trying to do that from starting itself. Okay, don't try to worry. Just simply log in this. Okay, log in this once and let me know. I'll just log out again. Simple login करना आपको. Log in with Google. All right, so I am logging it again. So after I've logged in into this, okay, after I've logged in into this MongoDB, I need to create a new project, right? And that will take time. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is top left corner. This is where I'll be creating the new project. Okay, new project. New project should have a name. The name can be MERN project, simple. MERN project. CRUD basically, CRUD operations. CRUD, CRUD. Okay, and next, nothing, create project, and the project will get created. Okay, very simple process, nothing difficult. You will be able to see that your project is here, MERN project CRUD. All right. Now I need to do two things. The first thing I need to do in the network access, part, I will try to make an add IP address. Okay, and allow access from anywhere. Add IP network access, add an IP address, allow access from anywhere. Okay, confirm. Okay, that's the part one. Second thing I need to do is database access. Database access may I need to do create add new database. Password, username is admin. Okay, username is admin. Password something you can keep anything. I will try to keep the password as admin only as of now. Okay, the password and username I have set as admin, and nothing add user, simple. Okay, all right, so this is done, something I've done that. Okay, next, in the database section, I will create a database. Of course, free version, goes without saying. Just this much I need to do. Rest everything, scroll down, create cluster. Okay, traffic lights. I'm not sure why this is thinking me as robot only. All right, so username, nothing. Finish and close. Go to databases. Yes, your cluster is being created. How many of you guys have reached up to this point? Type a yes. Yippee. With me? Guys, with me? Yes, okay, sounds good. Almost good, right? Please try to quickly cover this. And we have understood the MVC architecture also. And we'll quickly make the connection part, okay? And in the coding part, we'll make the connection. And for the connection part, what I need to have, I will have that URL, okay? Constant connection URL. Connection URL, okay? And that is equivalent to whatever the URL I will be making, right? So this will take some time. And meanwhile, I'll try to create the database. Okay, I'll try to create the folders. So one folder I need is that. So I told you about the MVC architecture, right? So in the MVC architecture, okay, what are we having is the models. Okay, the first thing that I'm having is the models. The models इसमें बहुत सारे आ सकते हैं, right? So, but in my case, I'm having only one model. Okay, that is a post message. Okay, post message.js. So this is the one model I'll be having. Apart from models, I will be having the controllers. Okay, that will involve the controllers. All right. And one controller I'll be having. I can have multiple controllers, right? But in this case, I'm dealing with only one thing, right? That is the post section only. I'm not dealing with multiple things. I'm just dealing with one thing. That's the controllers and the post. But in case you will be making a lot of things, you will go for comments, you will go for users, you will go for authentication. You need to add a lot of things. But for now, I'm just dealing with one thing only. Right? Website name, which website name? MongoDB. The website name is MongoDB. Okay. And controllers, models, and the third thing that I'm having, okay, the third thing that I'm having is views. I'm not having as of now, but one thing that I'm having is routes. Okay. Routes is something, routes is like a dictionary. Okay. Routes, I just tell you, complete the diagram. Okay, what is routes like? कि हमने ये बनाया. Okay, so we have covered this, right? The models is actually the backend part, and controllers is where the actual logic is written, right? Where the logic is written. So what is routes? Routes is somewhere here. Okay. Routes is kind of a dictionary. Okay. Routes is like a dictionary. And that dictionary is doing what? Okay. Dictionary is keeping a record. What is the dictionary doing? It is simply keeping a record of the APIs. Right. That is the task of this dictionary. It will simply keep a record of the APIs. कि कौन-कौन सी APIs हमने लिखी हैं. That are there. मतलब जैसे root book होते हैं ना. This is like a root book. Right. This is like a root book that whatever APIs that I'm using. Okay. So basically this is connecting the controllers and the model part, right? कि ये model में ये APIs हैं. Right. जैसे address book types. So that you can quickly get to know that whatever the route book or the API book, right? Address book of the APIs. That whatever addresses I need of these APIs I am having in the routes. All right. Model is the DB. Yes, model is the DB, right? Yes, this is kind of the database. Database or the MongoDB model. Okay, so let's first create the, okay. Before we really connect with this, okay, one thing we need to do quickly, हम एक model बनाना पड़ेगा. Do you guys know MongoDB is a NoSQL database? What do we really mean by SQL versus NoSQL? Okay, Mahesh will discuss it at the end part. In case you're stuck in that, okay, clustering part कुछ नहीं है. Cluster is something, I mean, they're not having any particular form. Okay, that's what do we really mean by clusters. You can define your own way and that, yeah. So what is the difference between NoSQL and a SQL thing? Non-relational, okay. Anybody else? Yes, guys. SQL क्या होता है? NoSQL क्या होता है? कुछ SQL is tabular, okay. Others, what is the difference between them? Good, bad, what is the difference? But yes, all right. So I think you will understand this more in detail, but I'll try to give you a basic idea. Okay. SQL is more like a structured format. Okay. SQL is more like a structured format. And NoSQL is more of a flexible thing, right? So NoSQL is more like a flexible thing. And you can define your schema. Okay. You can define your schema in the way you want. Okay. This is more like a tabular thing. I'm just trying to give you a layman definition. The definition is much more advanced, but we'll go with the layman as of now. This is more like a tabular format. Okay. And in this, you can define the schema as you want. Right? You want one row only. You want two rows, right? You want 3 rows. So this is your defined schema. own defined schema. This is the own defined schema that yes, I can define my schema in whatever way I want. That is what NoSQL or MongoDB is beneficial for, right? Yeah, they have more of like key value graphs. Yes, good, Bhavani, good, yeah, good. So yeah, but the people are, I mean, definitely intelligent. I see, it seems. Okay, so we'll make the connection URL first, or let's make the connection URL quickly. So I'll make that connection URL, and where is it gone? Okay, so we'll this is done, right? So connect. Okay, connect your application, and this is the thing I need to copy. Okay, this is the connection URL I need to have. Okay. Okay, so connection URL is this particular connection URL that I'm having, and I'll just paste this here. Yeah. Okay, in the place of password, what will come? The password, actually password that I'm having, right? The password is password. My password is admin. All right. So this is the connection URL that I need to connect, right? So देखो मेरे को क्या करना है ये? So what am I doing here? Whatever the MongoDB database that I've got, right? Whatever the MongoDB database I've got on the web, this is on the internet, right? And this is where my code is there. The code that I'm writing in VS Code, right? I am connecting them. I am making a connection. Okay, connection बना रहा हूँ एक ऐसे. I'm connecting. I'm putting a wire between them. That's the connection part I'm making, right? And it should run on a particular port. Okay, there should nothing. Connection part is nothing simple. See, connect your application and just copy this code on MongoDB connection URL, right? That this is the URL connection that I'm having. You just paste it here. Replace the password with the password that you're having. Okay. So I need to have a port on which I should run this. Okay. I need to have a port, and that is constant port is equal to whatever the port that is by default given to this. Okay, that's the one thing. Whatever port that is given by default to this, and that could be process.environment port, process.environment.port, or it could be by default 5000 also. So if 5000 is busy, then they try to give some other port, otherwise try to give it 5000. Okay, and so we need to use that. What we need to use app.use. I need to use the posts, right? I need to make the post endpoints. Okay, app.use post, and I need to make the post routes. So this को बाद में लिखते हैं. Okay. So I need to connect it with the connection URL, right? I need to connect it with the URL. So how will I be connecting it? Mongoose.connect. Okay. And whatever is the connection URL that I'm having, that's the connection URL. And comma, some things I need to write by default. Okay. That it should involve URL parser. These are some by default things. Use new URL parser. It might be having there also. Use new. What was that thing? It was new URL parser. I think. Not sure of what was that. I think this is this one. New URL parser. This one. What does mean by course? Course is something. Course a big course. Don't worry. Course something. I'll repeat that course part. Okay. This one thing. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Use new URL parser. Okay. Use new URL parser as set as true. Okay. This is something by default things. Okay. Abhi ke liye we can skip them. And second thing is use unified topology, right? Unified topology. Yeah, abhi ke liye aisa मान लो that these are things that you need to write, okay? But they are actually helping to communicate data in different forms, okay? And something. So and then what next after this? Okay. Dot then, okay. Dot then. And if that is there, okay, then simply that's an arrow-based function. This is a little bit of JavaScript, guys. App.listen on that port part that you have mentioned, right? On the port part, or and then you should also print on this. Okay, and you should also print on this function. That's again an arrow function. That is console.log server is running on it 5000. And otherwise, if there's an error, okay, if there is an error, then dot catch. These are basic JavaScript functions, okay. Dot then dot catch. So these are basic syntax. You will actually this is not something that you will learn in a day, okay. But when you'll be writing the code for a long time, okay, you will keep on writing the code. You will try to get it right. Console.log did not connect. Yeah. So these are simple JavaScript functions. Okay. Let's start with this. Let's see if this is working. npm start. npm start. npm start is the command waiting for file changes. Cannot use import statement outside a module. क्या हुआ है? I think something is wrong. एक second. I think they've not been installed properly. Express mongoose. Cannot use import statement outside a module. Line number. What is the mistake that guys we are doing? Import body parser index.js. Package.json. Node mon index.js. Correct. Some very obvious mistake we are doing. Topological spelling. Yes, don't worry guys, the code part I will definitely share. Okay, the code part something I'll share, that don't worry on the code part. Unified topology spelling when ठीक है. I mean there's something issue object.compiler function module.compile. Load ES module in the package of this extension. We have not got it. So we've got these dependencies, right? Backend start. Import express from express. Give import outside module. Which module? Use unified topology. I think that is spelling issue. Unified topology. Spelling is right. Use unified topology. Topology. Okay. It's topology. Okay. I mean I think that's not a major issue, but yeah. There is some issue in the installation part. Just a second. We have not got these correctly. Yeah, something they have not been installed, it seems. Import. What is the name? Express from Express, right? Executing. That's not the mistake, guys. We are doing something wrong. That is, what is that? Just give me a second. So they are at the parallel only, right? That's also fine. Just a second, guys. Oh, there's some issue. Terminal type CD inside. I'm already inside the backend part. I'm already in the function backend, so that's not a problem. Express from Express. No, yeah, I'm already in the backend. Correct. Type is module in the package.json. ऐसी चीज कभी ऐड करनी पड़ती नहीं है. Which side? This one. Still there is an error. Okay, so actually there is an already running server. CD backend and ping start. Yes. Yes, so server is running on the port 5000. Okay, so we've successfully connected to the MongoDB, thankfully. Thanks to Aditya and Avinash, everybody. Thank you, Bhavni, and right. So in fact, this is something that even I have not tried this before. Package.json, I think the type shows never module. Maybe it was by default, but yes, the development is always a good thing to learn. Okay, paste the line of Mongoose Connect. Mahesh, try to learn more at this point. Okay, don't try to copy that code part. Okay, this is something you will definitely get it at the end part. Okay, so साथ साथ बताने की जगह try to focus on the learning part. You will code something you will be able to complete at the end, but try to focus at this point on the learning part. All right. ठीक है महेश जी. कोड आप बना लोगे. Code is something you will get it right. समझने की कोशिश करो. Try to focus more on the learning part and you will get the code at the end. Don't worry. You will get it on the email. Right. And yeah. All right. So let's jump next. Okay. So now we'll be making the models part. Let's quickly make the models. We are making the models part, and this is the connection is done. So the models part is something I'll be making. Post message.js. Okay, the post message.js, and I'll be importing the mongoose. Import mongoose from mongoose. Okay, the mongoose has been imported. Correct. And then I need to make a schema. Okay, कि मेरा जो database है, how that should look like, right? जो post का schema है, that should look like how? Okay, mongoose. That's mongoose dot schema. Okay, the schema should look something like this. Okay, what all things it should have, right? It should have a title. Okay, that should have a title. That should be a type string. कि मतलब मैं define कर रहा हूँ कि जो मेरा database है वो कैसा होना चाहिए. How should my database actually look like? Who is the creator? Okay, so whatever things that I was having here, okay, whatever things that I'm having here, that whatever things I need to have in my post, creator, title, message, tags, and file type, right? And likes also. So the creator is also type string. Okay, The create is also of type string, and then we need to have tag, and tags can be multiple tags. So this will be an array of string. Okay. And apart from this, we need to have the selected file. Okay, whatever the selected file is there for the uploading part, that is also of type string. That's an address. And yeah, like count. Okay. So how many count I will be having, that's the second thing. So this is the like count. I need to have of a post. कि मतलब जो एक post है, एक post का database है, वो कैसा लगेगा? Now, for example, you need to add a comments database, right? Comments में भी क्या क्या चीजें होंगी? Just a string part, right? Whatever the message is there, or user ID who has posted that comment. So you need to always figure out that what all databases I need to have. Okay. What all databases I need to have that, and so in order to I mean, what all parameters I require in any particular database, right? This is something that you need to decide beforehand, right? So this should be type number. This should be of type number, and default value should be 0. Okay, default value should be equal to 0, right? And that is the idea. Apart from this, what next we have? It is created at how when it was created. And 20 minutes ago, I saw all that, right? So that should be of type date. Okay, that should be of type date. And yeah, default value should be the new date, right? So, so the current date, so that's the default value. That just now while it types season, okay. And apart from this, I think done with this. Yeah, anything else? No. Title, message, creator, tag, selected at, like that, all these things. Okay. So once we've created the schema part, then how should it look like? Let's just connect it. So variable post message. So this सारी information एक message में आ जाएगी. Okay. And that should be mongoose.model. Okay. Inside that, the post message, whatever the post message that is there. Okay. And the post schema, right? That should be the post message and the post schema. Right? And we'll be exporting this also, right? Export default post message. Okay. Okay. तो एक चीज इसमें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है. Okay, this is something that is true in React also, and that is something true in Node also. I'll just come to it out. Just give me a second. Okay. अरे यार, एक तो people try to, right? Okay. Okay. So yeah. So coming back to this. So for anything, okay, so everything and anything that is there, we are trying to send it, okay, right? Guys, please don't do this. Visiting. I don't force me to change the board. This is something that I'm giving it for your convenience, and you're still doing it like kids, first, second year people. Come on, guys, grow up. Okay. And yeah. I mean, there's no sense I'll change the board and then you will not be able to do that. I don't want that. It will just take me a second. I'll change the board and then you'll not be able to do that. But I want you guys to have the board, so that's why please don't disturb. All right. So what I was talking about, that any function that you write, okay, whatever the functions that you write on, the functions that you're writing on, they need to be exported. Okay. The function that you're actually writing on, these functions have to be exported from one place to other, right? So that in other functions, in other, maybe other codes, you can use those functions same, okay? You can simply use those functions. So for that case, you have to simply export those functions, okay? This is also true in React. Okay, this is also true in React. In the React part, what you do, you export components. Okay, we'll discuss on this more. Okay, you actually export components, and in the other things you import the components so that you can use them. Okay, एक function दूसरे function में we can send it. Okay, okay. Let's just quickly try to jump on the controllers part. Okay, the next part is the controllers part. Any queries? This is a way, normal way that whatever the schema I have created, okay, उस schema को मैं एक उसमें, this is the model type of thing. Okay, the package.json file is this. Okay, this is the line that rectified the code. Type is equals to module. Okay, I'm not sure why this was not there by default, but yes, this is the line that rectified the code part especially. And yeah, which language code is that? This is written in JavaScript. Okay, this is basic JavaScript, and this is more about functions and all that stuff. All right, you guys are getting bored? थक गए तुम लोग? Or you guys want to break something like that? क्या हो गया? Guys tired? No. Okay. बोर भी नहीं हुए, टायर भी नहीं हुए. Nice, nice. Continue. All right. Good, yeah, good to see that. Excited? Oh, Avinash is super excited to this. How many of you guys are learning it? Maybe how many of you guys continue? Yeah, I'll continue that. Okay. And all right. So maybe how many people college internships or placement season have started that? Okay, we'll continue that just a second. How many people placement internship things have started? Mine. Okay. Mine. Okay. My. Okay. Started. Okay. So a lot of people have started that. Good. Yeah. Good. Sounds good. I'm doing. ठीक है. Good. Started. Vasavi. Started. Good. Yeah. Good luck, guys. I mean, this is definitely tough tasks. This is the tough time, and मतलब काफी effort करना पड़ता है. And I understand that this is difficult for a lot of people, but please, this will you try to put your continuous effort at this point. These things will definitely be fruitful, and you will definitely get reward for that. I mean, this is something that you will get. And this project also, I believe that with some modifications and some add-on things, okay, maybe some login sign-up things, you can definitely add it as your project also. So that can become a good project. Okay, just some modification more, just add login sign-up and some 1 or 2 more features. Okay, people are not really concerned about the design part, right? Unless you're going for the front-end profile specifically. People are more concerned about the basic things, that you know the MVC architecture, you know how to write the logic, you know how to write things here and there. So just those things are more of concern. Okay, right. So let's just quickly write that what are routes I need to have. Okay, so I think this project will also become handy in this. Okay, so we need to have the routes part, right? And the routes are post.js, that these are the post.js. Post ke jo bhi routes honge, I'll be writing the routes here. All right, this is the route section that I'll be writing all the routes here. And मतलब APIs लिखे हुए हैं मैंने, ठीक है? और controllers में क्या लिखूंगा मैं? In the controllers, I am actually writing the logic. Okay, logic of this. इसका logic क्या है? And in post, just I'm writing the connection, right? मैं इनको connect कर रहा हूँ. So I'll be getting the import express from express. Okay, just importing the express. और जो भी चीजें मुझे चाहिए होंगी, right? From the controllers, I'll be getting them. First of all, let's write the, तो एक router बना लेते हैं. Constant router equals to express.router. Okay. तो एक router बनाया है. Okay. And मतलब इस API पे, now what I'm writing, these all are APIs. Try to understand. These all are APIs that I'll be writing. Okay. Now try to see. Router.get. Get is the first API. मगर मुझे कुछ get करना है. By default, मतलब this is the end point. ठीक है, this is the end point. कि इस particular end point पे you need to run a function. इसके particular कौन सा function हो? Get post. Okay. This something is used in get post. ठीक है. Router.post. अगर मुझे एक इसी particular URL पे मुझे create post करना होगा, right? So this is the URL. This is the endpoint. Okay, this is the endpoint. मतलब this is having that complete thing by default. So this is technically this, that whatever you're having, HTTP or whatever the website name is there. In this case, it's localhost only because I'm running it on server only. So this is localhost and 3000 and slash. मतलब इस particular चीज पे. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this or not, but ये सारे देखो ये सब वो हैं. All these things are parameters, right? So this is the basic website. ठीक है, this is the basic website. और ये उसके ऊपर all these things are maybe that they're called parameters or queries kind of thing. So in this also, if I click on any particular post, right? If I click on any particular, actually this is not running now currently, but you'll see that it's by default the slashes to view all the post. मतलब by default अगर मैं कुछ भी नहीं कर रहा, then I need to just see all the posts. So I will be writing the function get post. Right? In case I don't want to do anything, I will simply write the function get post. Alright? और मैं यहाँ पर create post, और अगर मुझे कोई particular post चाहिए, right? In case I want to get a particular post only, I'll be getting the post by the ID. Okay, I'll be getting the post by the ID. This is the parameter. Okay, that is the get post. Okay, कि इस particular post की ID दे दो भैया, कि इस particular post की ID दे दो. Every post will have a unique ID, right? And we need to update that also. Let's just write them quickly. Write router.patch. Patch is like just complete and update that. Okay, that of this particular ID, I need to update a particular post. Right, update a post. And of course, I need to like that also. So I will be doing the router.like.delete. एक delete भी कर सकते हैं हम लोग. Delete करने के लिए भी मुझे एक ID चाहिए होगी. तो ये सारे parameters हैं. Right? कि इस पे अगर आप delete कर सकते हो, आप add कर सकते हो. Delete post, right? And delete, yes, sorry. Okay, and what next? एक last चीज रहेगी हमारे पास count likes वाली. Router.patch, and what all next things that I am having any particular ID. इस particular ID पे एक ID आ जाए slash उस पे एक like post, right? कि इस particular URL पे, मतलब इस particular end point पे, इस particular URL पे, इस particular end point पे, just call the function like post. Okay. Yeah. ये सारे फंक्शंस हम लोग अभी लिखे नहीं हमने, बट वील राइटिंग दिस फंक्शन. तो हमने एड्रेस बुक बना ली. सो दिस इज मोर और लाइक द डिजाइनिंग पार्ट दैट यस these all functions I need to somehow create. Okay, these all endpoints or these are libraries I need to create. Okay, कि ये वाले APIs मुझे लिखने हैं. ठीक है, these are the APIs, these are the model that API will have. Now let's just write the APIs. APIs is the only part that is left. Okay. So in writing the APIs, try to understand. Okay. So while we're writing the APIs, okay, API लिखना is not very difficult, right? API is very simple. So I'll be writing constant express. पहले तो express हर जगह. Import, sorry, not import. Yes, import express from express. And yeah, what next? Import mongoose from mongoose. Okay. अब देखना, अब सारे functions की implementation लिखूंगा मैं एक एक करके. And also we need to import that post message, right? And this is automatically doing these things. अच्छा मुझे एक बात बताओ. This is also something that you should be very clear on this. How to write from where they will come. Okay. How to write from where they will come. That is very important. Okay. In order to write this, okay. In order to write the address of this, ठीक है, मैं यहाँ पर हूँ. Okay, I am at this post.js. In case I need to go one step back, I use dot. Okay, then I will come at controllers, my command. Right, try to understand my command. From the command, I go to models. Okay, and from models, I go to post message.js. कि ये post message.js जो है function है, right? जो मैंने यहाँ पर export करा है. This is the complete information that I've actually exported from this position. Okay, this is patch is used for updating. Yes. Yeah, router.put is used for putting the information get put types create post के लिए. Yes, patch is used for updating, right? Router line router for what? Okay, just a second. कहाँ पर? Which line 17? Delete post, like post. I did not get it. Moin, which line? I mean, maybe the lines have been changed. Okay. And now try to understand this very important things. Okay. And okay. So now try to understand this in, so if I'm at this point, okay, if I'm at this point router, okay, और मुझे और सपोज करो मैंने एक फंक्शन लिखा है यहाँ पर, आई एम जस्ट सिंपली राइटिंग अ फंक्शन, ओके, लेट्स जस्ट line number 15 for what you said. This is used to update the counts of the posts, right? This is the variable, okay. This is the variable that I'm just keeping a variable that how will I be counting the post, right? कि like post का count कितना बढ़ गया? That every post is having a parameter count, right? So I click on the like should increase. This is not working now because I have not, they are not live, but like post is for that. Okay. So now try to understand this. अब ध्यान से समझना. Let's write one controller. Okay. Whatever the logic that I've thought of, I will be writing that logic. Okay. So what the first logic that is export, export भी करना है. Okay. Constant get posts. Okay. Export constant get posts. That is an async function. This is a part of JavaScript little bit. Okay. And इसमें एक request होती है, एक response होता है. Okay. Request and response are two things a API is having. उसमें क्या request आ रही है और उसके पास क्या response आ रहा है, right? This is what an API is having. Correct? So in this case, they should have a try catch block. Try catch block is to handle the errors also. Okay. So I will be getting the post messages. Okay. Post messages कि wait करो सारे messages का. Await post message dot find. Okay. So this is an inbuilt function dot find. Okay. This is an inbuilt function in MongoDBs. Okay. So what is this inbuilt function doing? This is trying to find all the posts from the DB, right? That it is trying to find out all the posts, that whatever the posts are there, I am trying to find out from the database all these things, right? That yes, these are the data things I need to get it, right? Constant post messages from the database. Okay. अब मुझे क्या करना है? I need to send a status. Okay. Response.status and 200. So these are the statuses also. ठीक है कि मुझे एक response भी भेजना है. मैंने एक request. In this case, they don't need any request. But कई बार क्या होता है? I also need a request part also. But in this case, I don't think so we need any request part maybe. हाँ, request की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी क्योंकि कुछ मंगवाना नहीं है, right? मतलब कुछ parameter required नहीं है. Request is used when parameters are there, right? So when parameters are there, and what is response used for? A response is used to send back the query. ठीक है, तो आप ध्यान से सोच के देखो. And API is doing the communication part, right? Right. API is used for the communication part. Just coming on doubts 1 second, right? API is used for the communication part. जैसे क्या कर रहा है देखो, database है, this is the database, right? From the server part, okay, whatever the server part is there, मुझे कुछ request आएगी, 2 parameters आएंगे, right? It will always have 2 parameters. That this is API, right? एक तो उसमें request क्या है कि मैंने यहाँ से कुछ भेजा, I am requesting something that I need this thing. API will sell me the other thing, that this is the response part. That is how API communicates, right? That from the server, okay, this is the server part. I need to get the information, right? I need to get the data here. So data के लिए मैंने एक request मारा कि get me something, get request, get me something, right? And in the turn, I have got some response, okay? So in response, we have that status codes also, that error 404, all that status codes are also there, right? That I need to send a status. 200 is for OK status. Okay, 200 stands for OK status, and send it in JSON format, and जो भी post messages होंगे, okay. तो क्योंकि JSON format में है, right? So since these things are in JSON format, तो हमें अपने ऐप में, okay, we need to also use that body parsers, right? तो ये information हमारे कोड को समझ आए, right? So just try to understand this. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this or not, but this is something that is ki whatever the information that I get, okay, whatever the information that I get, that is always in the JSON format. Okay, that is always whatever the information that I get as the response part. Okay, whatever the information that I get as the response part, that response always I get in the JSON format. Okay, now my server, whatever the server is there, the server should be good enough to process this data. My server should actually be good enough to process this data. And yeah, तो सर्वर को ये डेटा प्रोसेस करना आना चाहिए. सर्वर शुड बी गुड इनफ दैट इट शुड बी प्रोसेसिंग दिस डेटा. तो इसके लिए आई विल बी राइटिंग दैट माय एप्लीकेशन, my app application will also have something. So what all things? That apart from using cores, my app should also use app और क्या क्या use करना चाहिए? Body parser, right? That's a body parser and .json. Okay. Body parser .json and some parameters also there that it can have up to 30 limits. It should, let's set a limit also that it should have a 30 limit, 30 MB limit. Okay, itna this much information at a time. Okay, it will process and extend it in case that is larger. I mean, this is large of a file that is of larger than 30 MB. In that case, also you should be extending it. Okay, that's the meaning of this. The first thing. और एक encoding भी होती है, right? App dot use कि जो आप मैसेज भेज रहे हो, जो आप whatever things that you're sending, right? Express.json. Express.json कहाँ लिखा हुआ है मैंने? Where I've written that express.json, I think. So second thing, देखो दो information, दो types of information is what we are having, right? The first type of information that we are having is that is क्या हो गया? एक सेकेंड. एक सेकेंड यार, लड़ो मत यार, क्या हो गया तुम लोगों को? Come on. Try to understand, Kushal. It was, I mean, the idea is to still go for the Insta clone, but it's not very practically possible that in 3 hours I can make you the complete Insta clone, everything. I can tell you how to get started with this, but complete, I think, Insta clone is not possible in 3 hours, maybe, right? I mean, the idea is to make same. Yeah. Coming to your question, Moin, I'll try to answer. So if we can connect it at the end, 15 minutes, whatever things that you're having, I'll try to answer them, all of them at the end. Will that be fine? This last 15 minutes, we'll try to answer all your questions because that will somehow disturb the pace. Whatever the questions you're having related to the project, not related to the project, anything React, whatever deep you want to go, guys, you can go. Just try to keep it at the end because everybody will disturb in that sense. Okay. All right. So apart from this, apart from the body parser, I need to also have that. So whatever these things are there, these REST codes, these API codes are there. I'm not sure if you have seen these codes or not, but these are called status codes. Okay. So there is a proper library की मतलब ये status codes होते हैं, ठीक है? And these successful, जैसे I think 200 is successful, right? Things, okay. 201 is this. So each of these status codes, जो HTTP response देता है, most common response that you have seen is 400 bad request, 404 not found. तो ये API के status codes होते हैं, right? All these things are actually status codes. Okay. That actually tells ki what does the API is communicating, right? So we should be able to process that also from the body parser. Dot URL encoded. Okay, whatever is that URL encoded, and apart from this, what all things? Limit is 30 MB, same, and what next? Extended is true, right? In case that is extended, that's true. Okay. more thing that you guys can do is that कि जैसे जैसे आप इस कोड को लिखोगे, body parser is not defined. Okay, I think the body parser also we need to import that body parser. Okay, एक second. We need to import that body parser also. Import body parser from body parser. Right, all right. ठीक है, तो ये body parser आ गया अपने. Now we will be able to connect this. Okay, let's send this post messages. Send this post messages, and in case of an error, try के साथ एक catch block आता है हमेशा. Try will have a catch block also, and inside the catch, if there is an error, तो ये खुद error दे देता है, right? In case of an error part, it will try to throw an error itself, and that should be rest.status, response.status. Okay, that response.status should be 404 and .json in the JSON format. The messages should be, okay, the message should be whatever the error message is coming, ताकि हम इसको पढ़ भी सकें. This is a very standard way. Okay, error.message. All right, so this is, I think, fine. Let's try this. Okay, let's see in case we are getting something or not. But currently we don't have any posts for this. Okay, so that will not throw an error. So आप इसको, in order to check this, okay, in order to check this, what all things we need? Okay, either we can get it at this particular URL on the internet only, http localhost 5000 http:// yeah. http localhost 5000 cannot get. अच्छा, एक चीज हमने एक और चीज नहीं करी. We need to connect it to the router also. हमें इसको राउटर के साथ भी कनेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. एक सेकेंड, just 1 second. तो हमें index.js में we need to, in from the index.js also, we need to connect that router also, right? कि जो post requests हैं उनको use करो, right? Post routes हैं जो, import post routes from, okay, so this things, मतलब जो भी post routes हैं, try to see. So these are the post routes that I am having, right? So इनको भी मुझे import करना पड़ेगा. From where? From /routes, okay, or /post.js, right? I'll be importing that, and also I will be using that app.use /posts पे जानी चाहिए सारी requests, /posts पे जानी चाहिए सारी request, कौन सी? जो भी post route से आ रही है. Required modules does not provide default. Okay, so in post.js we need to export that also. Select, just 1 second. Export default router, right? That post is not defined. तो हमें ये यहाँ से इंपोर्ट भी करनी पड़ेगी. इंपोर्ट, एक सेकंड गाइस, मैं आपको समझा देता हूँ क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं. Just simply I'll just try to show you before I really move ahead. Okay, what am I simply trying to do? Okay, I am simply trying to do is that, see, so in the index.js, okay, in the index.js, I have written a line. In the index.js, I've written a line that, Tushar, you should use this post routes. Okay, from where are these routes coming? So you should use this routes at this particular URL. तो मतलब कुछ भी वो होगा, whatever the posts are written, they should be at /posts. Okay, they should be derived at this particular URL /posts. जो भी post routes में लिखे हुए हैं, right? And this post routes are actually coming from routes. right? So this is routes folder, this is index.js, and this is the controller, right? Now please try to understand this. In the routes, I have written the word, just add backslash in the I'll be getting a get posts, right? I'll be writing the get post, okay? And where is the get post function written? The get post function is actually written in the controllers. जो get post वाला function है, that is actually written in the controllers part. तो मुझे इस route में मुझे ये get post import करना पड़ेगा. Import get posts. समझ रहे हो? ठीक है. And जो ये export कर रहा है, right? Whatever this is routing the export, right? This is exporting the routes also. Okay. And these routes I need to import in the index.js also, right? Whatever the routes are there that I'm exporting from this, they should be imported. This should be in the post routes. All right, they should be in the post routes. That yes, these are the post routes that I'm having. Guys, are you able to get this concept? Yes, no? या नहीं blank हो चुके हैं? Guys, yes, no? Clear with this concept? Yes, no, okay. Yes, somewhat no. Yes, got it. No, confused, okay. Blank, no. Got my net access, okay. No, okay, don't worry. Dekho, try to understand this. Confused, okay. Got it, don't worry. I'll try to repeat this. See, try to understand this. What are the routes doing? Okay. The routes क्या कर रहे हैं? Routes are just simply writing the this is like a diary. Okay, routes is simply like a diary. Okay, this will keep a record. Okay, this will simply keep a record. किस चीज का record रखेगा? This will keep a record that what URL, okay, जो URL है, जो भी URL है, that will be connected to what function? कौन से function के साथ connected होगा? See, controllers में we have written that function. Controllers में we have written that function. Simple. We have written that function in the controllers. Let's try to understand this with the help of examples. So in the controller, I have written that logic. Okay, I have written that logic of the function. See, what is that I have written? In the controller section, I have written that the get post functions implementation, that this should be the implementation of the get post. It should collect all the messages. It should send the response, right? It should find out. So this is find is an inbuilt function from the MongoDB. So what is this trying to do? This is simply trying to get all the messages, okay, from the database, and it is trying to send. So basically this is, I have written the implementation कि get post function दिखता कैसा होगा, right? Now try to understand this. From the routes, I am telling that कि जो slash होगा, ठीक है, जो slash होगा, that will be having get post implementation. मतलब this is a combination of two things. इस URL पे this is the function, right? This is the function that will work. Okay, a get function, a router is just like an address book. These all are addresses. Okay, the rest addresses I will make. I've just made one address. Okay, so we will get this function that, okay, help me get the posts, okay, from controllers. On the module not found. एक सेकंड कुछ मॉड्यूल नॉट फाउंड आ गया. इंपोर्ट रीस्टार्ट फ्रॉम नोड मोनी क्या हो गया? कंट्रोलर पोस्ट और JS. एक सेकंड. क्रिएट पोस्ट मतलब ये बाकी सारे डिफाइंड नहीं है अभी के लिए, बाकी सारे भूल जाओ, लेट्स ट्राई टू इरेज देम, ठीक है। ओके अब देखो ध्यान से समझो, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव गॉट दिस दैट yes, okay, how many of you have got this, forget about the index.js part, that yes, these two are connected. Okay, how many of you are convinced कि इस particular URL slash पे, इस particular URL slash पे we will have the get posts function, right? We will have the get post function at this particular slash, ठीक है। तो this information is written in routes, this information मतलब ये routes बना रहे हैं कि we have defined this, router बना लिया मैंने कि इस पर्टिकुलर यूआरएल पे ये वाला फंक्शन कॉल होगा, at this URL this function will get called, right? At this URL this function will get called, this is the plan, this function will get, that is something I simply believe, ये routes मैंने लिखे, ये routes में लिखा है, और function की implementation has been written in controller, I am just simply importing that function. How many of you guys are clear with this? Got it? Anybody guys still unclear? Please feel free to ask. This is the most important concept that you need to understand specifically from MVC architecture. We will try to practice more examples also, but this is also something that you need to get inside. Okay. All right. अब ध्यान से समझना, ठीक है? Now the next thing that I have done, see, everything starts from index.js only, right? Every code that is starting from index.js only, right? This is the first file that gets executed, right? The first file that gets executed. अब मुझे, now what is the next thing that I have done? In index.js, I have connected, okay, I have connected the router part also. So whatever the router part was there, I have simply connected that also. That yes, ये router को मुझे connect करना चाहिए, right? कि जो भी ये router में चीजें लिखी हुई हैं, ये सही लिखी हुई हैं, इनको माना जाए. That is the next thing I am telling. Okay, कि whatever that is written in the router में अच्छा ये चीज लिखी गई है, इसको माना जाए. Try to validate that. Okay. So for that, I have simply done what? Okay. कि जो भी ये routes लिख रहा है from routes post.js, जो post के routes हैं, that is something I have imported in the main in the index.js in the post routes. Okay, that post के routes ये रहे, and I am saying that ये सारे routes, okay, जो भी ये routes हैं, whatever the routes are there, okay, whatever the routes are there, these routes should be redirected. Okay, जो ये URLs हैं, ये तो ठीक है, whatever these URLs were there, they are okay. Apart from this, they should also involve a slash posts. Okay, they should also involve a slash posts. Okay, so they should also use a slash post. मतलब technically I could have also done, ठीक है, I could have also done कि इन सबके आगे post लगा सकता था मैं. Technically I could have also done slash post, इन सबके आगे post लगा सकता था मैं. But this is a good way, ठीक है, मतलब कि slash post पे सारी post मिलेंगी, अगर इस पे slash post slash id होगी. So I mean what is the actual URL now? The actual URL is that the actual URL at which the API will get hit, it is slash post that will help me get, so this is the whatever .com http localhost, so whatever things are there, right, जो मेरा IP address है, so ये local host हो गया, ठीक है, this is the local host, and उसके slash post पे ये वाली चीज कहां से आई, ये index.js है, और मे बी id slash id से मे भी कुछ. So this slash post is something that I have written in index.js. Okay, that this is common for post, because apart from post also, you might be having tomorrow comments, you might be having tomorrow likes, you might be having tomorrow followers. आपको किसी भी चीज की API बनानी पड़ सकती है, ठीक है. So इसलिए slash post is denoting कि ये post वाली APIs हैं, उसके बाद ये APIs हैं, right? उसके बाद whatever the APIs are there, the APIs, maybe slash is there, right? Slash ID is there. तो जो भी मैंने APIs लिखी थी, slash ID, slash like counts, तो जो भी get post वाली APIs हैं, whatever these APIs are there, these are written in router. Okay. And these are further implemented, जो इनके functions हैं, these are further implemented in controllers. Get post is there, create post is there, right? Create post is there, update post. तो ये सारे functions की implementation है. This is the implementation where the implementation part is there. This is something that is happening in the controller layer. Yes, this is something that is happening in the controllers. All right. अब समझ आया? How many still not got it? Mahesh Babu. Mahesh Babu. Yes, yes, yes. Sounds good. So index.js. Yes. Okay. Sounds good. Good to hear that. Index.js में देखो. Index.js में देखो. See, try to understand this. This is very first and very new for you guys. Okay. This is very new for you guys. So these things will take time. Okay. These things will take time, and you will get used to this. Okay. This is something that you have to do for all the backend. Okay. So even tomorrow when you will grow up, you will be writing the backend. This is the same code that you will be writing no matter what. Okay. I'm just trying to help you with you the basics. बस ये दो lines पे focus करो. मैंने जो post routes थे मैंने use कर लिए और मैंने कहा suppose example के लिए example for just example part, if I had to write the comments, I would have written this line, import comment routes. Okay. That comment routes are there from /routes. That yes, /routes are there, and from that I need to go comments.js, right? Okay. And then I should also be using, I am saying that जो भी comment routes होंगे, whatever the comment routes are will be there. Okay, that is something I'm saying that जो भी comment routes होंगे, they should be sent at a URL /comments पे. /comments पे होना चाहिए चीज. जो भी comment routes होंगे. This is something I'm saying. Comment routes. Right. So this is how you can increase the system, right? I need to have comments, right? Users. So this is how you write the scalable things. Yes, I'll be able to cover the React part. Yes. Somewhat I will extend that. That's also not a very big problem. I mean, you guys are okay with that, right? Somewhat we'll try to extend it a little bit. It's more important that whatever you learn, you learn better rather than in order to try to cover a lot of things and you're understanding none. That is something, I mean, less beneficial. Right? So yeah. All right. So we have done that. I don't want to hurry, guys. I mean, I can hurry that. I'll just quickly write this, and the code will be completed. But that is not the main idea. The main idea is that whatever things you learn from this, you learn them good. Now we'll be writing the create post. Okay. Let's write the function of the create post. I'll be writing the next function, export constant create post. Okay. Same syntax. Okay. Almost same syntax. Request and response is there. And yeah. Same try/class block is there. Right. Same try/class block is there. Matlab almost things are same. But whatever the database functions are there, I'm just simply using those database functions. Okay. And yeah. So create post के लिए मुझे कुछ चीजें चाहिए होंगी. So जो भी information मेरे पास आएगी, right? Whatever the information that I'm having, constant title is there, message is there, and selected file is there. Apart from that, creator and tags. ये information मुझे I guess a request parameter from the front end. Okay. This information I'll be coming as a request.body. This is something that front end will try to send me. Okay. And I need to create a new post message. Okay. I need to create a new post message equals to new post message. And yeah, same thing. Title, message, selected file, tags. Right, same thing. जिसमें ये सारी चीजें होंगी, title, message, Selected file. You can see the color is also changing. Selected file. Creator and tags. This is the creator and tags. Right, so this is the new post message. अब मुझे इस post को add करना है, right? I just simply need to add it. I will be doing the try catch block. The new post message है await. Okay, async and await are in synchronous. So whatever the new post message is there, dot save. Simple. Okay. Tell me in case of an error, whatever the error is there. And we will also send a good message response dot status. Okay, show status 200 successful, 201 is successfully created. And JSON, जो भी new message आया. Catch error में slowly and slowly you will be able to relate things. They are almost same. Okay, this was only the first time we were doing the things, so they were little different and they were little difficult. Okay, so error messages 404 I think not found. I'm not sure of the error messages, but yeah. And whatever the message you want to send, ठीक है, आपको कुछ message भेजना है, the message is error message. जो भी message आ रहा होगा, error.message. All right. So this is the syntax of constant create post. Create post आ गया, get post आ गया, and in the routes part also, I will be getting the create post function. Create post भी मंगवा लो. So yeah, fine. Okay. Try this. Okay, let's just try these things. Save is a MongoDB function. Yes, save is a MongoDB function. Correct. Yes, if you can get the recording part. Why can't you attend the meet now? Maybe any particular reason? Time for outing? Yasif is going for Sunday party. Sunday night party night. Yasif party में जा रहे हो? कहाँ जा रहे हो? ये थक गए हो बहुत ज़्यादा? यासिफ क्या हो गया? थक गए नहीं? अच्छा तो गर्लफ्रेंड से मिलने जा रहे हो? गर्लफ्रेंड गोइंग टाइम नहीं? अरे यार बता के तो जाओ सर. अच्छा अच्छा पक्का है कि द रिकॉर्डिंग अटेंडेंस. कोड का गिटअप लिंक भी शेयर कर दे. बैटरी इज अबाउट टू डाई. ये तो नहीं जस्टिफाइड रीजन हुआ. अच्छा 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 अच्छा. ओह तो यू वर बाहर से तुम अटेंड कर रहे थे. ओह दैट्स अ सैड पार्ट. फीलिंग सॉरी. ठीक है, no issues. I mean, that was a good excuse, I will say. That was a good excuse, but I'm convinced. So you will get the recording attendance both. Don't worry. Okay. Good. Enjoy. That is all I can say. Yeah. Okay. So हम लोग क्या कर रहे थे guys? हम लोग check कर रहे थे, right? कि जो चीजें हमने लिखी हैं वो चल भी रही है नहीं. So a good way to check is something called Postman. Okay. Postman is a platform in which you can check this. Okay, I'm already having Postman. Okay, you can use this Postman online also, but yeah. ठीक है, Postman API check करने में काम आता है, right? कि मुझे पहले get देखना है. I'll be using get request /posts. 500 पे /posts पे कुछ. So this is an empty array because अभी कुछ post आई भी नहीं है, right? Okay, this is an empty array because at this point we don't have any post. Okay, so first of all we'll create a post. We'll put, तो आप देख रहे हो. Now you try to understand and you will be able to connect the dots well. कि जो भी router है, ये router is actually getting the post part, right? So I will be writing the /post. Okay, slash, बस सिर्फ slash, और ये सारी चीजें /post पे आ रही हैं. This /posts I got it from index.js. What all parameters were there? Okay, what all parameters were there? The title part was there, right? Let's just write the complete things. Title of the name was Venice. We were writing good post, right? Let's choose a good city. A good city, I mean, I want to visit is maybe Kerala next. Anybody who is really living in Kerala out of my audience? Kerala से है? केरला से कोई भी नहीं है? Nice. I mean, sad. कोई भी नहीं है केरला से? Anybody from Kerala, Tamil Nadu? Nobody? How many people from Bangalore? Anybody living in Bangalore currently? Here. जयपुर से हैं सर. Oh, बाकी लोग? Yes. From Hyderabad, Jaipur, Mumbai, Noida, गाजियाबाद, हैदराबाद, बैंगलोर, दिल्ली, सब बिग बिग सिटीज से आ रहे हैं बड़े बड़े लोग. बिग बिग सिटीज दिल्ली से हैं. The two dots, Yuvraj, I got. What do you really want to fill for that two dots? दिल्ली से हैं. Dot है. Okay. Okay. Postman is nothing. Okay. Bihari Babu. Okay. Hopefully Bangalore next summer. Yes. Software developers, Bangalore next place, next time. Yes. Good place. Bangalore is good place. You will love this. Myntra hires through three things: referrals, hackathons, and campus placements. Yes. Myntra hires through three things. I am from Bathinda, Punjab. Okay, I am from Bathinda, Punjab, and I am currently in Bangalore. Yeah. I mean, you guys can send me your you can send me your profiles. We can connect on LinkedIn. Okay, and in case, yes, I can refer you. I mean, you can share me your profiles on LinkedIn. Okay, I'll share you the profile. I'll share the LinkedIn part. Already did, sir. मैं LinkedIn भेज देता अपना. You can connect me with me on LinkedIn on that. We can discuss on that stuff. I'll share it at the end. वरना तुम लोग LinkedIn घूमने लग जाओगे. ठीक है. वरना तुम लोग LinkedIn पे ध्यान देने लग जाओगे. तुम लोग इस पे नहीं ध्यान दोगे. I'll share it at the end part. ठीक है. वरना तुम लोग. I'll accept all the requests, all that stuff, right? तो मैं share कर दूंगा. Don't worry. And otherwise you will get distracted and you will jump run around on the LinkedIn part. ठीक है. And okay. So yeah. So we'll discuss. I mean, in case you need anything, suggestions, we'll discuss on the end part. And yeah. So Postman is normal. Okay. Nothing to do. Just simply use Postman. This is an online Postman. Okay. You need to sign in. Okay. Sign in. Maybe I can show you online Postman also. Okay. बस ये कुछ नहीं करता. This Postman is actually used for just checking the backend part, right? Just checking the backend part. Workspaces में जाके कुछ भी वर्कस्पेस बना लो, राइट? कुछ भी वर्कस्पेस. आई हैव मेड अ क्यूवेट वर्कस्पेस. वैसे ये सब चीजों की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, बट क्रिएट वर्कस्पेस. तो जैसे एक वर्कस्पेस बनी, कुछ भी क्यूवेट एंड पर्सनल हो गया, कुछ भी बना दो, राइट? कुछ से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. आई मीन, सो वंस यू हैव क्रिएटेड अ वर्कस्पेस, APIs, create an API. Actually ये मुश्किल है. Not this one, sorry. Collections. Create collections. No, not this one. एक सेकेंड. मैंने खुद बहुत टाइम हो गया चलाया नहीं. Request, sorry, yes. So this is the request. Collections में जाके you need to get a new request. मुझे एक request send करके देखनी है, right? Request. Get request. https://localhost 5000 /posts. Okay. Not send localhost, send a different. अरे desktop. ये desktop use करना पड़ेगा शायद यार. I'm not sure. We have to use desktop because this is localhost, because this localhost is on my computer. Okay. So this is on localhost, and so we have to use desktop version specifically. Okay. So we need to use. Please install desktop. The process is same. The process is absolutely same. Go for the get request, and I am seeing that what are the posts are there, right? No post, and in the post request, in the body section, okay, in the post request, in the body section, select the format as JSON. Okay, because I am now sending the JSON format. अगर मुझे API में communication करना होता है, the API communication I do, sending and receiving, both of the things are actually using JSON objects only. Both of the things involve JSON objects, right? So Kerala messages. Kerala is a beautiful country. I mean, state, sorry. Yeah, so Kerala is something I really want to visit. Maybe sometime I'll visit. Beautiful city. So sorry, state. Beautiful state. Description, message, yeah, message is also very beautiful state. Munnar and all things are good places to visit. Must visit. Price, it's not price. I think they were selected field filed. So I think कुछ भी लिख देते हैं. Selected file. So this here should be an image URL technically. Who is the creator of this post? The creator of the post is maybe Tushar. This is also type string. Okay, and creator message selected file tags थे ना. Tags, एक tag होगा अपने पास. Tags. And since this tags of type string and multiple tags are there, so I need to have beauty. What all things you liked? Hashtag wanderlust and all that stuff. All that, right? And selected message title or कुछ रह गया क्या? How many parameters were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parameters हो गए. I think they were enough here. Okay, so this is the thing that I'm sending this, right? ये API मैं send कर रहा हूँ, send request. Could not get the response. क्या हो गया? कुछ issue आ गया लगता है. एक second. Something wrong is happening. Constant title request.body title spelling is wrong. Create post में जाके let's check the models. In the models I had the title string correct. Constant metal title is it title 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 था ना ये title. What is the issue? मुझे cannot destructure the property title of the body as it is undefined. Type created in request controllers.js. Create post में title is not there. ये क्या हो गया? Post line number 26. Title message selected file creator and tags. अरे यार ये ना सेम ऑर्डर में आने चाहिए. टाइटल मैसेज sorry. So again the desktop version get reached. VS Code में there is no option to check. No, okay. Do request dot body. Error will remove. No, but we need to see why the error is there, right? But the request dot body is already there. But I mean, he wants to say that whatever the requested body is there, we can pass this also requested body. But that thing will not probably resolve the error. Not sure. Let's see this. Try this again. Some issue is there. Title, message, selected file. Send. Socket handler. एक second. Controllers cannot destructure the property requested body. It's undefined. In the post.message also title is defined. Any idea what we're doing wrong? Any idea is what we're doing it wrong? Constant title, post line 26, get posts. ये सारी चीज तो एज इट इज ही आएंगी. Something is, I guess there is an issue with destructuring only. Please add post dot create. Missing create. Oh yes, yes, yes. We are missing the create, but हमने एक बना तो लिया. This is itself. I mean, we have created an object and we're just saving this. I think this is fine. So, I mean, this is working fine. This should be fine because we have created the subject. New post message. हमने एक post message बना लिया है, and we're just saving this to the database. So this should work fine. Nothing should be an issue of that sort. 201 status is there. Getting this thing is a request body, right? And JSON is there. 404 is there, right? Create post slash create post. एक second. Body raw JSON format. Title message selected file. Just a second. Connection refused. Keep alive. Keep alive. Connection है हमारा क्या? एक second. Any idea? Not issue in destructor. Constant await post message request at body. Okay. Let's try your way also again. Index.js routes is there. Post messages. Second. Post controllers. New post messages there, right? Request. Let's just check the index.js. Are we missing something in the index.js? Force is there. Mongoose is connected. Correct. Post routes are connected. Yes. Body parser is there. I mean, connection URL. Slash post is there. Okay, we've used the course URL encoded. I mean, it's an issue because it's not trying to get the body parser. That is the main issue, I'm telling you. It's not able to comprehend the body parser. That is the issue. Just 1 second. And I mean, that's what I'm thinking of. एक second, एक modify use modify को देख लेते हैं. Use, find and modify. क्या कह रहे हैं MD साहब? I'm 100% sure. Okay, let's try this. Console requested body. Yes, even I'm thinking that. Just 1 second. Just 1 second, guys. Let's do this. So in the post.js, let's just write this. Let's see what is the issue. Post send. अरे यार, एक सेकंड एक सेकंड. It's not even printing the request only. Controllers post is the request title message create. Whatever the request or body is there, try to create an object of that. And title message selected file creator tags request or body. This is a new post message, and this is a new post message, and I'm cutting things fine. Try catch. I'm saving the post message and then saving status. That is also fine. Can you just Google this maybe? Anybody of you guys have any suggestions? Just one second. Pre-food chips I chosen instructor. But that is what I've already done that. Okay. Same issue. Just one second. My slash in post. Slash is also not an issue. Yeah, we're not good. These things are not an issue, guys. These things are not an issue. Connection is refused. There is some issue, bigger issue. Connection is refused. एक second, एक second. In case guys you want a 5 minutes break, you can take a break. I'll have to see this what's an issue, honestly. And that this thing you can consider as a break, go grounding some water. All right, all right. Recording will be given. Right, don't worry. The recording will be given. But we can't stay after 6 p.m. We are having our meetings, important meetings. Okay, just a second. Post is there, right? Parameters, body, raw, JSON format. I will do it right now. Antivirus virus कुछ आ रहा है क्या? But these things are working fine. एक second, एक second, एक second. The server is not running, right? The localhost refused to connect. This server has stopped running. It's a bigger issue. It's running on the port, right? Okay. All right, this is working fine. Post में पता नहीं क्या हो गया. Could not connect. Close. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Check once router is post or posts. Router is post or posts. Router is posts only. You mean the link part, right? From index.js. Slash posts. It's router posts only. And inside the post.js also get slash post is fine. Create post export default router index.js is correcting that router dot slash router from post.js, that is also fine. Post.js is fine. Slash get posts. And in the controllers part also, express from express modules and modules. Get post is working fine, but any idea, guys? Anybody's having any idea? I'm not able to figure out what is the issue. But we are definitely doing a small issue. I've done this completely before. I've done this project before. This access is already done from anywhere. The access is already done from anywhere. Oh, I think we have done a small mistake. The project that we have connected was Insta clone merge, or it was Merge product project. Connect कौन सा करा था हमने? एक सेकेंड. हमने कनेक्ट तो नहीं गलत कर लिया? पता लगा गलत कोड प्रोजेक्ट कनेक्ट कर लिया लगता है. Close, go back, connect. But seems like fine. कोड तो ठीक है, कनेक्ट कर लगता है. This is fine, right? The password and credentials are also fine. एडमिन है, ठीक है. सही लग रहा है यार, यहाँ पर कोई इशू नहीं है. एक second. Not use body parts of JSON limit is this much. Mon project. The IP address is fine. एक काम करते हैं guys. I am not able to figure out what is the issue. Let's probably try to complete these things. Okay, let's try to figure out these things, and I'll try to discuss the other quick controllers also, and then maybe we'll try checking it once what is the issue, because that will waste more time. But I'm telling you, we're doing some obvious mistake here, and that is why it's not working. But connection is refused, right? Connection here is auto declared. Just last one try, because this is the same project that I've completed before also, almost same. I mean exactly same, but yeah, this is the same, we have done it before. And then index.js, we used to have the connection request. Yeah, routes post, everything is fine. Correct slash post is fine. Create controller is fine. Models is fine. Okay. All right. No worries. All right. That's fine. Okay. Do you guys want me to write? I think we can try to discuss more on the logic part. Okay. Technically, all these codes are same only. If I try to discuss other controllers, they're almost same. So this is the get posts, right? This is the get post. I'll just try to show you from here. Maybe if that makes more sense. I'll just try to show you from here. But technically, this should have worked. But since this is not working, I'll just try to run this server. Okay, in segment 1, let's just run this server. And yeah, cd server. Yeah. So if I just try to show you this get post, this should work in this way. Okay, technically this is what it should work. ठीक है कि ये हमारा tags हैं, ये like count से created ID है, title ये है. And this is how you'll be getting the posts. This is the links of the, actually this is taken from the internet, so that is how it is. But yes, these are all the same files. Title is there, message is there, right? And in case you want to add a new file, okay, you will add a post request, and instead of the post request, you will go for this body, and then for the JSON format. Close कैसे करते हैं? तो आपको कुछ change करना है तो आपने change कर दिया. This is something that you want to send, and you'll be sending it, and this is the response that you get, right? This is the response that you get, और बाकी parameters by default set हो जाते हैं. This is the ID that it gives uniquely. Okay, this is the unique ID that it is giving. I'm not sure why this is not working. There is definitely an error, and I'll try to resolve that. You can unmute yourself anyhow. Yes. All right. Okay. And but these are the post requests. Okay, these are the post requests. Title, message, selected file, creator, tags are, that is how you get the post request. And almost other requests are very same. Okay, बाकी requests भी same ही हैं. Like for example, the next request that we planned was this one, right? And the get post, right? In the post part, also in the get post, I am getting an ID as a parameter, right? So whatever the ID, you try to understand this. I'll just close this once. Right, okay. So you try to understand this in the post section. Okay, if I try to get all the posts, ठीक है? तो ये इस particular URL पे जब मैंने get request hit करा, then these are all the things that I'm getting. Each post is always getting a by default ID also, that yes, for this particular post, this is the by default ID that it is having. Okay, and based on that ID, I can also put a get request, which is a find by ID is also a by default function, right? Find by ID is also a by default function. Okay, and what is this by default function doing? This by default function is trying to find out a particular things by ID, and you just pass an ID parameter, and this find by ID is also mongoose function. ठीक है, same, बाकी सारा code exactly same है, बस उस post message को मैंने ले लिया. I'll just show you this also, that we'll be getting this by an ID, Okay. And what is the syntax? The syntax part is present in routes, right? That this is the slash ID I need to pass, right? This is the slash ID I need to pass. So I'll put a get request and I'll copy this ID, right? I'll copy this ID, copy, and मुझे इस particular URL में ID का address बताओ, okay? तो उस ID का, yeah. So this is the same ID. This is the same message I've got from this particular URL, right? The URL is same. I'm just sending slash post slash ID. This is the ID that I'm having. And in this ID, this is the message that I've got. Right? In this ID, this is the message that I've got. And yeah. You cannot unmute. I mean, you might have unmute. Kyar matlab, not sure. Which is unmute. Okay, एक second. I also cannot unmute you. No, sorry. I think this is by default setting that can be done by Cuvette, but maybe. But yeah, just make just 10, 50 minutes and I think you can drop off. Or maybe you guys can drop off in having something emergency. I'll try to explain the code more, try to the React part also some basics, and then we'll try to wind this up. Okay. And similar to this, okay, we have the get post, we have the create post. Update post is also same. Okay. I'm getting that yes, this particular ID's parameter I need to get from the body. Okay. अगर वो valid object है तो उसमें update post कर दो, right? This is the same post that you need to update. Find by ID and update. Find by ID and update. This is also a Mongoose inbuilt function that is helping the post to find a particular post and update that. And delete post is also same. Find by ID and remove, right? This is the same delete post. Delete post and almost same thing, right? That if it is not valid ID, just simply return no post with this particular ID. Otherwise, delete it, right? Post deleted successfully. If else condition, I must say. Like post is also same. Find by ID and find by ID and update. जो उसका like count है, just increment the like count by 1. Right? Whatever the like count is there, we can simply increment the right count by 1, right? And just update it post. These all are functions, okay? All of them are actually functions. Get post, update post, which I'm getting from the controller and routes in the routes part. I'm specifically just writing them, right? This is where, okay, I am just writing that is the writing them that yes, this is how they actually look like. Okay, that's the same idea. Anybody guys having any queries in this particular thing? The GitHub guys, the code part and specifically the code, the recording and the deployed link will come on your email ID. Okay, you guys might have filled that form, right? So you filled that form, you will be getting it there definitely. Don't worry. Okay. Like post कैसे increase हो रहे हैं? Like post is increasing something like this. Okay. So first of all, like post is a two-way process. Okay. The like post is first I'm getting particular ID and just simply getting the particular ID. Okay. So I have got a particular post. I'll just try to tell you. So बस find and find by update, find and update. So basically, मैंने एक particular post मंगवा ली, right? I have simply, so I am having a particular ID, right? This is the ID which I need to update the post. Okay. So what is the next thing I will be doing? I will just get the post. Okay. This is find post by ID. Find post by ID. And so find by that particular post that I am getting. And from this post, I will update the post. Same function जो मैंने update के लिए use करा कि उसको like count वाला section है. उसका like count वाला section. Like count section. That like count will be updated by 1. Like count will be like plus. Whatever like count section is there, that should be updated by 1. That is the idea. All right. LinkedIn ID, yeah, just increment by 1. Okay. Okay, so that is, I think, more or less the about the backend part. People are joining now. Yeah, welcome, Sabrinathan. Okay, but yeah, so this is more or less the basic structure. Okay, I'm still not sure why it was not working, but probably some silly mistake or maybe something that is they're missing and not able to identify. But yeah, I'll try to figure out that and share you this. But this code is definitely fine. This code is a complete working code. There is no issue in that. I've tried this before. And yes, okay. So these are the basic operations that have been performed. Quick controllers were there, models were there, routers were there, and the index.js. So everything is almost having the same structure. Okay. And let's probably jump into the React part also. We'll just quickly try to wind up the React part. I'll try to extend it by 10-15 minutes. It will take half an hour. Okay. And yeah. Following then going one back and original. So what is this controller? Declared in index body parser above post routes. Oh yes, probably yes. नहीं शायद वैसे. I think that is what exactly the mistake was there. एक second. Maybe yes. 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 You're right. सही लग रहा है. हम्म. Let's try this once. एक second. Post. Yes, guys, this is working fine. Thank you so much, Ayan. I've missed this mistake. Yes, thank you, Ayan. Guys, our original code is also working fine. We were doing a small silly error. Okay, we were doing a small silly mistake, and that was in the index.js. Okay, in the index.js. So this I told you, right, that whatever the information that is coming, that is in the JSON format. So we need to somehow parse that JSON. Okay. So what I was doing earlier, I have written these lines. Okay. I have written these lines after this route, right? I have written these lines after this route, but after this route, these things will not work. These things should be written before the routes. Okay. These things should be written before the routes, that before even the routes are activated, we should be in a position that we should be able to parse the JSON format. So that is why this was not working. And now I think we have done with that. So that was the issue. But yeah, the code, everything, the code is fine. All right. Got it. Anybody guys having any query in the backend part? As a front end part, I'll try to tell you something. But of the backend part, are you guys clear with the backend part? Yes, this is how we generally try to deal with the node. We try to generally deal with the Express. Yes, sir. Okay. What about others, guys? Mahesh, Sudhanshu, LinkedIn promotion भी चल रहा है. Even I'm curious. So you guys are trying to connect with each other. Okay. Yes. Okay. What about others, guys? Kushal, Viresh, guys. I will share profile also. You will get the code in GitHub. Yes, you will be getting the complete code in GitHub. You will getting the coding part. You'll be getting the recording part also. All these things will come at your email ID. So whatever email ID you have registered with Cuvette, the same email ID, the certificate code and each of them will come. Yeah, second attendance, I don't think so. There is need on that. So you have filled that first form. That's fine. Okay, we'll try to consider that only. So there is, I think, no need of the second attendance form. So you can skip that. You will get, each of you guys will get the recording part. Okay. And yeah. All right. Anybody, guys, please, last time, Abhishek, Bhavani, Nikunj, guys, resend this form. Okay, I'll just resend the form. To get this in the form. Anybody's having that form? I'll have to get that form again. Okay, I'll just send that form. Okay. And anybody, guys, please having any issue in the backend part, please let me know. I'll just let's do a 10 minutes break. Okay, let's take a 10 minutes break and then we'll jump on to the React part. I know. Yes, thank you, Moin. Thank you so much. This is the form, guys. Please try to fill that form. In case you haven't. Okay, this is the same form. You will get the source code and this I'll send you on the email part. Okay. Postman steps में कुछ नहीं करना. Postman steps में this is an online Postman. You need to install this Postman on the local host. Once you download the Postman, okay, this is the Postman that you're having. You need to download it. Okay. So once you've downloaded it on the collections, okay, in the collection section, create new HTTP request. Bus collections new HTTP request. Simple. Okay. And this is where you can choose the get post things, get post, put. So these are the different types of things that you can send. Okay, patch is also there, delete is also there, right? Put, patch, and delete. These are four main CRUD operations, right? Create, read, get, and update. So these are the four operations are managed by four API calls. So let's probably maybe get a 10 minutes break, and I think we'll try to discuss some of the React part. I know the session is getting a little long, but it's more good that we try to discuss some of the React part here. It's just a 10 minutes break. I will also get some water and some 10 minutes break. For the people who want to go with the recording part, you can go with the recording part also. And for the React part, I'll try to tell you some idea how the things are working so that you can get an overall picture. The detail code, definitely it's not possible for me to go to the complete React part in short time. But yeah, but still I'll try to cover, I'll try to show you an idea how the things are working and all that stuff. Right? Sounds good. Anybody having any other plan? Yeah. जिनको जिन दिन से मिलने जाना है स्पेशल संडे plans, they are free to leave, right? Others can maybe take a 10 minutes break. Yeah. All right. See you guys at 6 in LinkedIn ID. Yes. Yep. Hi guys, welcome back. I could see a lot of people dropped off. तुम लोग भी छोड़ के चले गए? I mean, you guys are there, but somehow. All right, okay. Are you guys forgot? No, sir. There. Sounds good. Sounds good. It's a good. Yeah, that's good. I mean, happy to hear that. Yeah. Okay. So before of all the people left, let's start. हमको छोड़ कहाँ जाएंगे? नहीं कहीं जा रहे बिल्कुल. All right. Okay. Just before we really start, I just wanted to know what is the idea of your React. I mean, आपको React का कुछ idea है नहीं है? I mean, what is the idea? What is the scenario of the React? Any idea? Just give me a rough idea. शुरू करते हैं. No idea. Okay. React. I mean, whatever things have you made some project in React? Basic कभी yes no, कभी React से मिले हो, कभी React से कुछ बात हुई हो आपकी. Basics. Okay. We use hooks. Okay. Yes. Okay. Please no वाले लोग भी बता दो guys. Please don't worry on that part. No sir. Building hook something. Yes. No sir. Yes मतलब some knowledge of React. No मतलब no knowledge of React. Yes. No sir. Okay. Cool. No issues. All right. Others just अभी free code का हम शुरू किया है. ठीक है. Okay. No. Okay. ठीक है. No. Cool. All right. Okay. No issues. Nobody on that. Okay. And see, for me also as an individual, it is not very possible that I try to. So for me also as an individual, it's not very possible that I try to talk about the complete React. Okay, but yes, I will try to definitely talk about the frameworks and other basic stuff. Just one second, I'll just switch off the light part. We can use a natural light also. Just one second. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Sounds good. So okay. So yeah. So basically, we try to go to the React. What do we really mean by React and other stuff? And try to rejoin. Yes. I think now it's fine. Is it actually? I think now I've rejoined. I think is it better now? Guys, is it better? Yes, no? Yes, okay, perfect. Right, thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yes, okay. All right. So basically, let's jump back to this. Okay. Connection. All right, okay. So what is React? Okay, React, everything is actually React is a component-based thing. Okay. So if I talk about React is actually a component. Everything in React is actually a component. Okay. Everything you find out in a React is a component part. And what I mean by this is that, okay, why React? Okay, why is React better than HTML CSS? Okay. Why is React HTML? जो लोग yes बता रहे थे वो बताएं. Why HTML CSS से better है React? Why it is better than this? Yes. Why is the React actually better than the HTML CSS? I mean HTML CSS में ऐसा क्या गलत हो रहा था कि हमने React की जरूरत पड़ी? HTML CSS was also able to do the front end part. Okay, DOM manipulation. Okay. Good, heavy terms. इसके अलावा anything else? Anybody? Okay, we don't have to repeat the code. Virtual DOM, okay. Okay. वर्चुअल डॉम भी क्या होता है फिर, ये भी बता दो फिर. But yes, okay. So single page application, yeah. ठीक है, okay. That's the main idea. ठीक है. React क्या करता है? In React we have components. Okay. In React we actually have components that, yes, these are the components of the React. Okay. Virtual DOM, all things are fine, but I'll not go detail into virtual DOM, but I'll try to tell you, it prevents reloading. Okay. It actually prevents the reloading. What I really mean by this, okay, what I really mean by this, and that is कि prevents reloading matlab, for example, I think I've given this example before. For example, this is a crush photo, okay. So once you click a like on this, okay, this is the Instagram and this is your crush photo. So once you really click react heart on this, okay, this turns red. Does the complete page auto reloads? No, right? So in this thing also, you try to see the, I mean, this is not live as of now, but yeah. So, but once you click on this, the complete page does not reload. Only that particular thing reloads, right? Only that particular thing reloads, and that is the beauty of the React. Okay, that कि सब कुछ reload नहीं हो रहा, सिर्फ components हैं. Only that particular component, okay, only that component that was affected, that component reloads. The complete page is not reloading, right? The complete page is not reloading. Well, somehow that is the indirect meaning of virtual DOM, okay? Complete page does not reload. The complete page does not reload. Only the component that was affected, okay? Only the component that was changed, that component is only reloaded, okay? Now, what happens? And the second thing is the reusability, okay? The second thing is the reusability of the code, right? The reusability of the function, of the component. जैसे मैंने एक बार post component बना लिया, right? So once I've written that post component, yes, how the post component will look like? तो एक component हो गया, right? How the post component will look like? That is its design. The first thing is the design part, and plus the data, right? If I want to keep the design for all of the post as same, I can only just change the data part, right? I can just change the data part and different posts will get created, right? अगर इसमें मैं different data pass करता रहूं, right? Data 1, data 2, मतलब different data that is there. एक बार मैंने function बना रखा है. So this is like what we'll be using is a function based approach. Okay, that's what we're doing is a function based approach. So I'm just passing different data at this point in this component. Okay, so whatever the component is there, okay, whatever the function is there, in that function I am actually passing different data, and that will give me different posts at different times, right? So this thing will give me post p1, this is the post p1, this is post p2, this is post p3. I can just simply get different posts with the same data. तो मतलब बारी बारी different post के लिए I don't need to write the different I just don't need to write what we call that for different posts. I don't need to write different code, right? The same code is being reused, just I'm passing different parameters. That is the second advantage of React. Okay, now I tell you the structure of React. Okay, हर एक React में for every component, okay, every component that you see, that is just a function. Okay, every component that you see in React, that's a function, just a function. Okay, inside a function, okay, let us just go through this some functions. Okay, so app.js is the function. Okay, so एक function में I'll just create a new file so that you can better get an idea. This is try.js. Okay. RFC is the basic command जो React basic structure बना देता है. Okay. Now try to understand this. Okay. The important thing that you have to realize is that यहाँ पर जो भी यहाँ पर लिखा होता है, right? whatever things you write here, this is where HTML and CSS is there. Almost same, right? HTML and CSS ही होता है यहाँ पर. जो भी return के अंदर होता है ना, this is what is defining how my component will look like, right? जो मेरा component बन रहा है. I'll just show you example. जैसे जो components हैं, components में जो posts हैं, right? वो post कैसे दिखने चाहिए? Post.js, how they should look like, right? So everything in the return statement is just related to that only. Okay? And this is all CSS. Just some variation. ठीक है? और इसके ऊपर जो होता है, whatever is here, I'll just show you here maybe. So in app.js, try to see. So whatever is this side, okay, so this is the container. Okay, this is the container part. ठीक है? तो कुछ React ना in HTML, CSS also you might have used that there is something called Bootstrap library, right? There is something called Bootstrap library. That is what is a Bootstrap library? A Bootstrap library is what is a Bootstrap library? A Bootstrap library is an inbuilt library, okay, जिसमें आप कुछ drag and drop चीजें कर सकते हो, ठीक है? Similarly in React, we have Material UI, ठीक है? Material UI is also the Bootstrap library. That's a Material UI React, ठीक है? तो ये भी एक लाइब्रेरी है, ओके, दिस इज जस्ट अ लाइब्रेरी जिसमें आप कंपोनेंट्स हैं उसको आप सिंपली डायरेक्ट इंपोर्ट कर सकते हो, राइट? जो भी आप आइकन्स इंपोर्ट करना है, तो बटन्स इंपोर्ट करना चाहते हो, जस्ट आपको उसको इंपोर्ट करना है. दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू जस्ट नीड टू इंपोर्ट एक्शन आइकन, जस्ट सिंपल. ओके, you want to import something, you can just simply import abd icon, just simple process, right? तो जो भी चीजें आपको इंपोर्ट करनी है, आपको बॉक्स इंपोर्ट करना है, मुझे एक बॉक्स इंपोर्ट करना है, राइट? I just simply need to import a box. Just simply type box. Okay, these are the different boxes that I'm having, right? तो जो भी boxes हैं उसको मुझे इंपोर्ट करना है. I want to import a text field maybe. These are the different text fields. मुझे जो भी text field चाहिए, I am simply importing that. Okay, that whatever text fields I require, I am just simply importing that text field. That is the plan. All right. Box icon is also a good site. Yes. Yes. Okay. So this is the complete idea of the React. Okay. एक component में से, okay, from one component, and also the idea is same. जैसे एक component, जैसे in the app.js is one component. This is one component. Okay. Inside this component, you can add multiple components, right? You can add multiple components. That is also possible. You can add multiple components. That is, you can extract, you can add, right? So all these things are allowed. You can add multiple components. You can call multiple components. A component. This is the main, right? This is the app.js is the main thing. App.js is the main thing. And inside this, I can have this post component. I can have this form component, right? So these are the post components. कि post कैसा लगता है? These are the form components. कि form कैसा लगता है? Okay. So in this particular React, also I'm having two major components. The first component is a form. कि form कैसा लगता है? Okay. And second major component, these all are imported. Okay. So these all are, if you try to see, text field, button, typography and paper. ये सब icons import कर रखे हैं, right? So whatever things that you're seeing in the design part, okay, it is just all imported. Okay. So these are जो text fields and these things are simply just imported. I just simply imported these things. Okay. And so I'm just simply asking these text fields that yes, these text fields मतलब मुझे सबसे पहले user input लेना है. ये उनके text field के features हैं कि उसका नाम क्या होगा, उसका variation कैसा होगा, उसका label क्या होगा, उसमें value क्या जाएगी, and anything that is there inside the curly braces, right? Anything that is there inside the curly braces, that is a variable name, right? तो यहाँ पर, ठीक है, I told you, right? तो देखो जो यहाँ पर चीज लिखी होती है, this is all the JavaScript. Okay. Everything that is written here, this is all a part of the JavaScript. And JavaScript is doing what? Okay. The task of JavaScript is that, okay. तो मैंने आपको बताया ना, this is the basic structure. जैसे from try.js में आप realize को, this is where the CSS is written. This is where the complete JavaScript is there. This is where the JavaScript is there. Okay. This is where the complete JavaScript is written, and that is how you understand the JavaScript, right? Jahan par variables and whatever the function names are there. So all that things that are written in the JavaScript, this is where you write them. Okay. And मतलब एक component है, component के दो parts हो गए. The first part is how the component will have the data. What is the data part that the component will have? And the second part is the bottom part, that is then the return statement. That is actually denoting how the component part will look like. ये component जो है, ये दिखने में कैसा होगा? How will it present? Two parts, right? So in form.js, try to understand. Okay, these are too complicated, but I'll just try to show you. So use state is kind of denoting the variables, right? Use state is kind of denoting the variables. तो मैंने एक पोस्ट का डेटा इकट्ठा कर रहा हूं मैं. क्रिएटर, टाइटल, मैसेज, टैग्स, सिलेक्टेड फाइल, राइट? तो बहुत सारे वेरिएबल्स डिक्लेयर कर दिए मैंने, ठीक है? So all these things are simply set as variables. Okay, these are called hooks. Okay, the form is the function name, constant form is the function name. ये सब functions हैं, and whatever things are coming, these are the same as the request parameters. ये request parameters भी हो सकते हैं, जैसे functional parameters होते हैं, right? So these are same as functional parameters. Something is coming. We are just following tradition. So अगर पहली बार में कोड चल जाता तो miracle होता. मतलब I didn't get that, but yeah, hopefully good. समझा नहीं वैसे में, but ठीक है. Alright. So in this form part, whatever things that I'm having, okay, whatever things that I'm having, that is a part of the, I mean, so what I'll just tell you the overall story, ठीक है? तो इस फॉर्म में से, ठीक है, देखो एब्सोल्युटली प्रोसेस बिल्कुल सेम है. I'll just simply tell you. तो हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, हम लोगों ने जो काम पोस्टमैन कर रहा था, whatever task postman was doing, okay, whatever task postman was doing what? Postman was simply getting and putting the request. Getting and putting the request, right? That was postman was doing. कि जो भी requests हैं, या तो उनको get कर रहा था, postman कर रहा था. Same thing अपने यहाँ पर Axios करता है. Okay, Axios is the same. It's kind of a library. Or maybe a framework, I will say. What is the task of this library? The task of this library, it is doing the same API calls, right? जो भी API calls मैंने लिखी थी backend में, the same API calls Axios does, right? Axios is substitute of Postman. तो Axios का React version हो गया. मतलब React में भी use Axios. That is what Axios is used for, and that is used to create and pull requests. ठीक है, तो I'll just show you. तो मैंने APIs लिख रखे हैं यहाँ पर. Right. These are the APIs that I've written. Axios कहाँ गया? Right. So yeah. तो Axios is a library. We need to install the Axios. ठीक है. जो see, तो हमारा this is the URL, right? This is the URL of the backend. Backend and frontend are hosted differently. ठीक है, तो React है वो different उस पे है. ठीक है. And how to get basic React, मैं आपको वो भी बता देता हूँ. जैसे basic React, जैसे React का स्ट्रक्चर अपने आप बनता है. You are in the React folder. Okay, आपको कुछ भी नहीं करना. So you're in the React folder. CD basic React and npm create React app और React का app का नाम basic React. Okay. Create React app is a inbuilt command जो सारा कुछ React का basic structure अपने आप आपको बना के देती है. क्या हो गया? npx it's npx, right? तो जो भी create React app है वो that is the command, that is it's npx create React app and that is the basic React app. ठीक है, तो basic React app अपने को बना के देंगे. Okay. Inside the source folder, this is the app.js, right? यहाँ पर same हो रहा है. एक component में देखो, from this app.js is like a main file. From this file, I am also importing the posts. Okay, एंड आई एम ऑल्सो इंपोर्टिंग द फॉर्म. मैं दो कंपोनेंट्स इंपोर्ट कर रहा हूं, फॉर्म्स एंड पोस्ट्स. ठीक है. सो या, सो नाउ ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट एम आई डूइंग. देखो, फ्रॉम द मेन इंडेक्स, ओके, पहले एक बेसिक लेआउट प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं हम लोग. दिस इज द app.js. okay, this is the app.js that I'm having. Okay. Inside the app.js part specifically, this is the post section that I'm having. यहाँ पर post section आ रहा है, यहाँ पर posts आ रहे हैं. तो post एक component हो गया, right? Post एक component हो गया. To present all the different posts, मैंने क्या करा? This is the backend server. Okay, this is the backend. Try to think of it as the backend. तो मैंने इस पे post पे get request मारी. I have simply get request. मैंने get request मारी with the help of Axios. So what is the task of the Axios? Axios is trying to send a GET request on the backend, and it will try to send you all the data. Right? So I have got all the data that yes, this is the data that I've got. Right? Okay. And form क्या कर रहा है? Okay. Form is basically, this is the form. The form का component है. And form is sending a put request. Right? Form is sending a put request. And this is also in the Axios. Okay. And this will try to just simply update, right? Send the data. So backend or this is at 5,000. Okay, this is at 5,000, and this by default run at localhost 3,000. The ports are something that does not matter much. Okay, the ports are something that you can change on your own. Okay, so now once you get one post, okay, once you get a one post data, okay, a post का structure देखो. Okay. Are you able to get the overall idea, guys? Am I going too fast? No, yes, no. समझ आ रहा है? कुछ कुछ समझ आ रहा है? Are you guys able to connect things? Yes, no. Yes, okay, sounds good. Cool लग रहा है, right? तो मतलब try to understand how the things are working. Okay, that how the front end and the back end are actually communicating at this point. Okay. So inside the APIs, so I have written all those APIs, right? कि fetch post, create post, ये Axios वही काम कर रहा है, postman का काम, right? Axios.get is same as router.get. Axios.post is same as router.post. कि इस URL पे जाके आप ये hit करो, right? ये ID है, ये all these things, right? That in order to fetch post, I am simply getting that URL. कि इस URL पे जो भी आपको information मिले, तो fetch post is like, fetch post is what? Fetch post is a collection of posts. I have got it, right? Fetch posts में से, try to understand. In fetch posts, right, is a function that is helping me get to all the function, right? अब ध्यान से देखना. And these are the same things, right? यहाँ से, यहाँ पर मैंने exact function लिखे हुए हैं. कहाँ गए fetch post वाला? Fetch post वाला लिखा नहीं होना शायद. Okay, right. तो जैसे मुझे get post लिखना है, this is almost same as the API task, right? कि मैंने fetch post करे, okay, and जो भी information थी I've gotten inside the data. Okay, ये थोड़ा सा complicated है dispatch वाला concept, but just try to get an overview at this point कि from the get post thing, okay, from the get post thing, I am trying to get all the information. Okay, मैंने एक API call करी, मतलब this API call is done by the Axios और उसने सारा data यहाँ पर ले लिया. Okay, जो भी उसने ये data रख लिया, payload में डाल दिया. Payload is something like, मतलब एक temporary storage कर ली उस data की. Okay, and now try to see in the components part, in the post part, this is how I am presenting the data. तो वही dispatch मैंने use कर लिया. Okay, ये उसका डिजाइन है. ओके, कार्ड इज आल्सो एन इनबिल्ट. तो जो भी आप ये रेड ग्रीन वाली चीजें देख रहे हो, दे आर जस्ट द इनबिल्ट थिंग्स, राइट? आई एम जस्ट सिंपली इंपोर्टिंग देम फॉर अ ब्यूटिफिकेशन. ओके, एंड एनीथिंग दैट कम्स इन बिटवीन इज लाइक, दिस इज द क्लास नेम. ये सब स्टाइलिंग के काम आ रहे हैं. इन style.js इनके स्टाइल्स लिखे हुए हैं कि कार्ड का स्टाइल ये होगा, ओवरले का स्टाइल ये होगा, ओवरले 2 का स्टाइल ये होगा, ग्रिड विल हैव दीस स्टाइल्स एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ, राइट? So this is this class name, this image, these are just the HTML CSS stuff. Okay, अभी के लिए I think it's not very important. आप इन पे दिमाग लगाओ. This is something that you will still have to copy paste anyhow. This is like a CSS stuff, right? आपको कुछ चीज नहीं समझ आ रही है, you're trying writing that and you're doing that. Okay, but what is important, ठीक है, मैंने कुछ लिखा, तो मैंने कुछ लिखा और मैंने post और creator, तो जो भी चीजें मुझे चाहिए थी, तो मैं post is the data, right? Post is the data that I'm getting. Post.created at post.id, post.title, post.message. तो ये सब चीजों को मैं प्रेजेंट कर रहा हूँ, राइट? और बटन्स पे भी कुछ कर रहा हूँ, राइट? दैट इफ आई क्लिक ऑन द बटन, कुछ लाइक पोस्ट वाला फंक्शन कॉल हो जाए. दिस इज दैट मींस कि इफ आई क्लिक ऑन दिस बटन पार्ट स्पेसिफिकली, दिस लाइक पोस्ट फंक्शन शुड गेट कॉल्ड. If I click on this particular thing, the button, the update वाला button, the delete button, delete post वाला button, delete post वाला function call हो जाए with the post ID as a parameter. Are you able to get it? कि if I click on the like post function, जो भी like post वाला function, they should get triggered. What is the like post function doing? We have written in that XCS कि XCS क्या करेगा? डेटाबेस में जाके उसके like के पोस्ट को अपडेट कर देगा. सिमिलरली डिलीट पोस्ट क्या करेगा? डेटाबेस में जाके उस पोस्ट आईडी के पोस्ट को डिलीट कर देगा. सिंपल, right? That is these buttons are actually doing. These are what are the card actions that they're having. Okay. Mostly तो देखो मतलब overall view is this much only. Okay. That posts are there and the forms are there. I know this is little difficult for you guys to understand this at a time. थोड़ा data इधर उधर जा रहा है. But things will come with time. I was planning actually हमारा फ्रंट एंड पे ज्यादा टास्क लग गया. ओके, एंड आई मीन द बैक एंड टुक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम. द ऑनेस्ट प्लान वाज दैट आई विल ट्राई टू कवर 1.25 hours the back end part and more time in the front end, but things did not. This took back end more time, but that's fine. The idea is to whatever things we have learned, we should learn more with time, and yeah. So I think the more you will work on the front end part, you will be able to become comfortable with the coding part, with this front end React part, and but I hope that back end part is something that we have become strong with. कुछ समझ आया हो? One thing, single time upload by well develop use single time populate. So this is the hooks. Moin, this is the hooks part in which when to start in the backend. मैं समझा नहीं when to start in the backend मतलब डेटाबेस में क्रिएट पोस्ट, मतलब तुम ये बोल रहे हो कि क्रिएट पोस्ट कैसे करेंगे डेटाबेस में? हुक्स में हमने जो एक्सियस में क्रिएट फंक्शन है, देखो whatever things are there in the एक्सियस पार्ट, जैसे ये वाले, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल these update functions, create functions, ये सब वही तो कर रहे हैं. These are doing the same things. कि मैंने एक API कॉल करी, access is same as this, right? So this is same as the, यहाँ पर postman चल रहा है, that at this particular thing I will be posting this particular new post, right? देखो जब create post कर रहा हूँ तो जो भी information मुझे post के फॉर्म में आ रही है, right? तो how am I getting this post? तो जो भी डेटा है, जो भी डेटा मैंने फॉर्म में भरा था, वो फॉर्म वाला डेटा पोस्ट के फॉर्म में आया. ठीक है, वो पोस्ट वाला डेटा मैंने एक पोस्ट रिक्वेस्ट मारी विद द हेल्प ऑफ एन एपीआई. well this is the React भी दो टाइप की होती है. I mean Moin, if you're clear with that, the React is populate is something that we used to be the class thing. Okay, जो क्लास वाला फॉर्मेट होता है React का, class based approach. My question went to populate to make relationship between user to post. Users इसमें है ही नहीं. I mean there are no users in this, so that's why we don't need that. It's a simple post. Post पे CRUD operations लगा रहे हैं. Not really clear with the question still. Okay, but I think yes. Answer is yes. Well, that's not. I mean, the backend structure is also based on the MVC architecture, whatever the MVC architecture that we are following. The backend structure is also same on that idea only. That we'll be making that models and views and controllers, everything is same. But yes, on this part particularly, okay, I understand that it's not very. I know that there are a lot of difficulties that you are able to face that. But yes, we were discussing of the basic React app, right? The basic React app is also ready. Okay, so this is, so once you click on this, okay, once you click on this, so once you have completed that npx create React app, okay, this is the basic structure that gets created by default, right? Basic React में basic structure by default create हो जाता है, app.js, all these things are there by default. आपको start करना है, you will be writing npm start, and there is already something that's going on. Basic, okay, so we need to go there, cd basic React app. Yeah, 3000 पे हमने कुछ बेसिक, ये बेसिक रिएक्ट स्ट्रक्चर होता है, ठीक है, दिस द बेसिक रिएक्ट स्ट्रक्चर दैट इज देयर. Okay, इसमें भाई सेम whatever things are there, they are same the css part only. This is same the html css part, division is there, header is there, image p tag, but with time, okay, we are using a lot of inbuilt things. Okay, so you will see them a lot of inbuilt things. ठीक है, जो भी चीजें मुझे चाहिए होती हैं, whatever things I really require, I just simply import them. Okay, whatever things I really require, I just simply import those things. Okay, that whatever these things I require, grid and circular progress, these are the two things that I really require. They're same as the bootstrap part, right? So मैंने material UI core में से ये सारी चीजें मंगवा ली. I have simply called them from the material UI core, and I am simply using them. This is where the manipulations are done of the data part, and this is the presentation part. जैसे post कैसे present होंगे, एक grid के format में all the posts will be presented, right? तो एक मतलब post यही है, this is a component. Try to understand this. This is actually a component, okay? And in this component, with the map, with the help of a map, I am iteratively sending data. कभी कुछ post भेज देता हूँ, कभी कुछ post भेज देता हूँ. Try to understand this. So post is, this is, just delete this, okay? So post is just one type of data presentation, right? Post is actually post is what? Post is maybe post is just a component, right? Post is just a component, okay? In post.js, okay, in post.js, with the time and again, I am trying to send data in the post so that the post gets presented in different manner, right? So that reusability concept of components also, so you might be able to understand कि एक पोस्ट में से एक पोस्ट बना ली मैंने, एक पोस्ट कैसे दिखनी चाहिए, उसमें कैसे डेटा आना चाहिए. अब मैं पैरामीटर्स की फॉर्म में, पोस्ट एक फंक्शन है, ध्यान से देखो, समझो, पोस्ट इज एक्चुअली अ फंक्शन, तो उसमें आई एम सेंडिंग दिस एज अ पैरामीटर्स दैट यस these are the parameters I need to have, right? I think itna kafi hai. Okay, there are definitely a lot of things, but still, in case you can try this, okay, you can try this. You guys have connected with me on the LinkedIn part, okay. You can try understanding this. The code will be shared on your email ID and all that stuff. The code, certificate, and recording will come on your email ID. And yeah, I hope some value was definitely added. It has helped you get started. Okay. And yeah. So I'm recording. All right.